Everybody pray for the smoke, then they want water when there's flames at the door. Brave are the most, aim for the throat, brains on the floor. All of my haters are woke, and I don't claim the GOAT, but they say I'm dope. Cut myself with razor blades, okay, I'm coke. Savor every taste of cake until I'm broke. Laser focused like a military scope. Hey, red dot, welcome to the audition. Headshot, let the gun go bam bam. Bedrock, let me see you at a red light. Dead stop.
Dude, I gotta thank Tom for that. He's let me use anything I want now. I can use anything I want.
I love that. I love that intro. That is the best. That is the best intro.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
How's everybody doing?
You, Andrew, how you doing?
Well, it was kind of an interesting week. My daughter got married.
I seen you sent me some pictures. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So she looked happy. He looked happy.
Very, very happy. He's a nice young man, so I'm okay with it.
Did you do the whole shotgun thing?
No, well, no, I didn't have to. But when he came, he did ask me first, so he was respectful that way. So I was good with that.
That's what I'm saying. He came to ask you first. She looked happy, though, in them pictures. She looked very happy.
Oh, she was very, very happy. Yeah.
So she got married. Good week.
It was a good week. Great week,
It looked like it was a nice day that day, too.
Oh, you know what's funny is they were going to have it outside. And then when we went in, the person who holds the ceremony is like, it's pouring outside. We looked outside and it was coming down. Like you couldn't even see. And then the next thing you know, right before it started, boom, sun came out, cleared up, did it, and it worked out perfect.
Someone was helping you out.
I guess.
That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. That is awesome. That is awesome. We got a full house today, guys. I can't go through everybody. I see Frank the Tank. I see Noble in the house. I see you in the house. Snowy Gecko's in the house. Adam's in the house. Texas in the house. I see so many people. We got 21 people on this show.
Everybody hit the thumbs up, please.
Hit the thumbs up, guys. Okay, this is going to be a little different, guys. We found out last minute, Frank bounced on us. So when he was on that live 2 lives ago, and then when he was on the live complaining about the image I put up and all that stuff, and he wanted to go on live with me and all that stuff, he bounced on us. Last minute, he sent Andrew a message today and bounced on us. Mm-hmm. So what I want to do with this is I want to go over the questions because I busted my butt to take, because I know there's some people watching this and probably sent me questions that you guys aren't going to have answered because some of them were BS questions. You know, there were questions not about reptiles, not about this, not about that. I wanted to keep it about reptiles.
This is strictly reptiles.
Yeah. So I busted my butt for him to make sure these weren't BS. Some of them are hard questions, but they weren't BS questions, you know. And so now since I did it, I'm just going to go ahead and read these questions. So he can't go and put on his live, say, hey, guess what? They were going to ask me all these other questions. I wrote them down. I wrote them down.
Here's some of the questions I was going to ask.
Go.
I was going to ask what got him interested in reptiles and then go from there. And then I was going to go, what projects did you start out with? Why would you do the lemon frost? What started the lemon frost? Things like that. I was just going to go into detail about the lemon frost because so many people get upset over that because it's a gene that really puts the animal through hell, if you don't mind me saying it that way. But it does. They suffer and everything, and I just ethically don't feel it's a good thing to work with that project.
So the reason I think he bounced though is because he wanted to script this. I wasn't going to give him the questions, but I gave my word I was only going to keep it reptile. And when I give my word, I give my word. And he bounced because he couldn't script the answers. It was going to be on the spot, and he struggles with on the spot stuff. And do you know who usually struggles with on the spot questions?
Who?
Liars.
Oh.
100%, because you got to remember your stories.
Yeah. Well, so it is what it is. So let's go through the questions you were going to ask. Yeah.
So, okay, so if you did ask this question, guys, I applaud you. It's awesome. It's great. The first one was going to be, it's kind of a 2-parter. And I was going to say, why are you now changing your hatchling setup up almost immediately after U.S. Ark was notified of your keeping habits and removed you from the takeover? Was the advice given by everyone else not good enough? Because you guys do know, and I defended him in a chat. Someone said, hey, look it. And I'm like, well, he has a reach, and U.S. Ark, sees
once that reach. Yeah. And I defended him also. So
yeah. As soon as I said that, like within hours, that video was taken down. U.S. Ark put a stand and said, nope, done. And I don't know he was changing his. I don't know because I don't follow him.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what kind of setup he has for holding his hatchlings or not, and I've never really paid attention.
So I don't know, but it does kind of go into that question. The next question was going to be, why do you name the line after one season? That was, specifically from me. There's another person that asked something similar, and I'll get to that. He names after breeding like one thing to one thing. He names that line. Why do you say that a subspecies is a morph? That's another one from me. So my two questions were very specific. This new Gary is lately, but I like him. True class professional.
I was just gonna put it up there for you.
That's my homie, yeah. So and then I was gonna say, I said, why do you name subspecies a subspecies as a new morph? It's not a new morph. So that was a question for me specifically. You have said in the past that history does not matter. Why do you feel this way? That's another question directly from me.
That is a good question. That one is a very good question.
So these are my direct problems with them, and so far I'm just asking, why do you feel this way? And I said, then there's another one that says, I feel you have done some amazing things. Why throw it away and not work with the veterans in the gecko hobby? Because I do feel, no matter what the people in the chat does, he has done good things. There are good things he's done. So that was another question directly from me.
I could tell you, I didn't know any of these questions because Gary didn't even run any of them by me at all. So,
guys, the reason I wanted to, I'm upset about him dropping is I went through, guys, I had over 400 emails, texts combined of questions, and I took them down to 20 because some of them were the same. Some of them were BS about stuff that doesn't matter. And then some of it was about reptiles.
And you were going to keep it all fair. So
yeah. Now some of these are going to get hard because now we're getting back into questions other people did. Why not admit the wrongs in a video and correct the wrong info? It kind of gets into another question, so I was going to kind of let him answer it. And then
are we still talking about the U.S. Ark video there? Is that what they were talking about?
I believe this person, I won't say who asked these questions, he used to say wrong information all the time. And then he would just, well, I'll get to the next question, but then he wouldn't correct it. And I'll tell you why, because someone else asked a more detailed question. I put it in here. Why do you feel we must agree with you on everything, but you do not agree with the veterans of the game? That's another person asked. So everything has to be his way, but he doesn't agree with the people that's been doing it for 20 plus years.
Okay.
So that was a legit question. That was kind of hard, but the next one was, why do you edit? And this goes in the other. Why do you edit or delete videos with wrong info or bad husbandry without addressing it? So addressing the mistake, admitting his wrong. That was another one sent in. Another one sent in was, why did your Black Knight drop its tail not once but twice? I've had animals drop their tail. I've never had it done twice, but I've had animals drop their tail.
I had one drop its tail. And only the tip, it wasn't even the whole tail.
Yeah, so I figured that was a good question. Like, hey, what happened with that? How did it happen twice? And it says, why do you feel you are, name every phenotype? So that goes back to naming everything after one season. Why does he rename every phenotype?
I would have been long for all these questions, only due to the fact that I haven't been watching his channel, so I don't know. Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like he lost a Black Knight lost a tail twice.
I didn't know either. So I was like, so I tried to research these stuff too and see if it was legit. How many geckos have you fed off the tegus? That was one I didn't know if I was going to say or not, but I put it in here, so I'm reading it. I'm reading it off the paper, just like I said I would. How many egg-bound females have gone to a vet? That question was asked many times. This was probably the number one question asked. How many egg-bound females went to the vet? Most of them said the ones that died. Did you take them to the vet? Did you try? Because I've had egg-bound females I didn't take to a vet.
Yeah, but how many egg-bound females have you had over your span of your career? I haven't had any yet, knock on wood.
I mean, I'll have, I mean, it matters what you define as egg-bound. If it's like late laying, but egg-bound, like endangering the animal, less than 20.
I did have one that was egg-bound, but she ended up laying. I didn't take her to the vet either. She laid her eggs way past. Yeah. They were no good, of course, but you know.
But egg-bound does happen, and I don't take every one that's late to a vet. So, well, but if it's going to threaten the life of the animal, I would.
I can tell you this: anytime you're breeding an animal, any kind of animal for that matter, even when you and your wife or something are having a child too, there's always dangers involved. So
100%. And the reason I'm asking the questions, even if I know the answer is, it is not fair of me to ask a question and assume the answer when someone can answer for themselves. So if I assume the answer, I'm wrong. So I'm asking these questions, and I was going to let him talk to these. That's what I was going to do. And legit, they're written down. I actually went through all these emails and everything, and not being mean to you. It's not right for me to answer these questions. Someone asked, and this was another one that was really asked a lot, is why put babies in sandwich containers? I think I started that. I think I did because on my live I kept saying sandwich containers.
yeah, no.
So I don't know. They're in little Rubbermaids. I was gonna give him let him answer it. Why post geckos for 20K? That was another big one lately.
You know, and that shocked me when you showed me that. I didn't even know that he really did that. But then when you showed it to me, I was like,
Yeah.
oh crap.
So I mean, he can post it for whatever he wants, guys. Is he going to sell it? No. Now, would it be wrong if he posts it for 20K, then he sells it to someone for $100 and says he sold it for 20K? 100%.
Can't you get in trouble for doing that on Work Market though?
I don't know. I can ask Darian. Darian talks to me. I got to call Darian, by the way. Sorry, Darian, if you're watching this, I still haven't called you. Truthfully, how long have you been breeding on a large scale? That was, I added the truthfully, but it says, how long have you been breeding on a large scale? And the other question is, do you honestly track genetics? That was his questions we were going to get to.
And then, of course, I was going to ask him about the lemon frost. I was going to ask him about the sail fins that he's got doing, how that stuff's all going.
I think the sail fin's a really cool thing. So there are cool things that he's doing. He's breeding tegus. He's breeding, or he's got sail fins. He's not breeding sail fins. He's got sail fins. So my problem, where is he? He backed out, dude. He backed out. So Game of Morphs, I don't talk to Josh. I'm gonna put it out there. Josh doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't know exactly why. He unfriended me. He didn't block me. I don't reach out to people when they unfriend me. I don't know what's going on with Josh. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I really like the guy. I love Josh, to tell you the truth.
Okay, Josh, he did talk to me. He just needed a break from everything. He said it was kind of,
yeah. So
and I understand that happens to everybody. So
yeah, so I don't know what went on, because I would have loved it. I thought of him as a friend. He would have said, "Hey, yo, Gary, this is going on." He unfriended me. I have no clue what's going on. It's if he came to me and says, "Hey, yo," it'd be right back to normal stuff with him. Wildcard, where'd he go? He backed out like today. So why I got upset about it, dude, was he got upset about that image I put up. And I'm like, well, that image is on like all your stuff, bro.
I was going to say, if you go to his channel and you look through his his videos, that picture's on every one of his. So not everyone, but a bunch.
That's why I used it. And I'm like, all right, cool, because it was kind of like a shock and awe type thing, And I'm like, okay, cool. And I didn't put nothing bad. I didn't advertise this that heavy. And like, I think I put it up on Reptile Post. And I was like, whatever. And then he wanted the question. I'm like, no. But I promise you we won't bring up anything that shouldn't be brought up. It's just going to be reptile related. The toughest question on there was, how many females did he feed to tegus? That's the toughest question. So.
Yeah, well, does he feed them to them when they're live, or does he feed them to them?
I don't know. That's why I was
about that.
I have no clue. Some people are like, why are you going to ask these questions? It was going to give him a platform. I'm just going to, let's be honest. The people that follow us don't really like him.
No.
So this was going to give him an opportunity, because I wasn't going to be friends with him after this anyway. It wasn't going to happen. So if that's what he thought, it wasn't going to happen. But it would have gave him a platform to talk to these people like he said he wanted to do. And it's okay for everyone else picture. Oh, and Nikki, I love the Nikki art. Just want to let you know, I just been really busy. I haven't got the video up for the unboxing
You didn't even bring it down for people to see right now, man.
Well, dude, I ran down here. I was like,
did you see the frog with the frosting on it?
Yes.
I thought that's the coolest picture, man.
Yeah, so I mean, the guy sat there, and he's probably watching. He's probably watching. He's probably thinking I'm gonna tear him apart. You guys ready for this? Ready for this? I don't care about him. I cut him out. I was done with him. I don't care if he sells geckos, if he don't sell geckos. I don't care. I just would never. I would never purchase an animal off him ever. I don't care if he gave me the blackest black knights and says, Gary, they're free. I'm going to give you 10 of them for free. I would never touch them.
The only problem I would have would be thinking there'd be lemon frost in there somewhere. I don't know.
Well, the lemon frosting does bother me. Okay, and let's be honest, we know where they came from,
Mm-hmm.
and it does bother me that happened too. But there's a difference how the person that he got them from handled it. 100%. He wasn't out there shouting at the top of the mountain.
No.
And he wasn't producing 200 or 80. You know, I get it. I get it. Frank wants recognition so badly. He just wants recognition. You're probably right, dude. You're probably right. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm probably going to lose listeners now because everyone's like, oh, Frank's not on and going to get all whirled up. But he wasn't going to rile me up anyway.
And if there's anybody new on, please subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, please subscribe because we got some big news we got to talk about. We got some big news because you can announce it because you made it happen. So we can get that whenever you want. That's a big thing. Because I was talking to this person and it was a maybe. You talk to the person and it's a boom.
You can tell him.
So Andrew is getting Bob Clark on. So we're going to talk about Bob Clark's journey through he's one of the vets. He's one of the ones that's gone through.
He's one of the true pioneers.
So he's going to be able to tell us all the way through. I know some people don't like Bob Clark, but what I'm asking you is give it a chance. Give it a chance and listen. I'm not telling you I'm going to change your mind if you don't. Yep. I'm not going to say that you're going to love him. I'm not going to say you're going to hate him. I'm saying give him a chance. Because what I'm thinking is we're going to talk about the good things in the hobby that he's done. And we're going to talk about
a lot of them too.
We're going to talk about the industry and get some inside information about how it's evolved.
Mm-hmm. He's been around since the beginning. Yeah. He's been around since way before the internet. So he used to have to work to sell stuff because I remember when I was younger and first time I ever talked to him, and it was when I was, it was 30 years ago, I guess. And I asked him what he had for sale, and he sent me a piece of paper with it all written on it, what it was.
See? That's my homie. To tell you the truth, dude, I don't know. I don't buy many geckos anyway, but selling geckos, I watch. I watch what I do. Who didn't come in is Frank of Geeky Gecko. He backed out last minute. And who we're talking about now is Bob Clark. I could tell you stuff. I like Frank, but seeing him frantically pressing issues in the chat was annoying. I'm not going to tell you who to like and not to like, bro. I'm not going to tell you. Like I tell my friends. I don't judge you by who you're friends with. I judge you how you treat me. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's really sad that Frank came on our lives and talks on our stuff. But then when I gave him a platform, it says, come here. He thought I wanted his followers. Like, he was like, oh, you want my I didn't even, because of that, I didn't even advertise it, bro. I was like, whatever. We Gucci. I want legit followers if you enjoy us, if you want to talk about stuff. I don't mind talking about anything, man.
One thing I'll tell you about Bob Clark, though, is a lot of people don't like him from his days back when he used to have the forum on his website. When he first opened up his website, people got upset about that because he was very much strict on there, rules to follow or you're gone.
He'll remember me from them days, but he didn't post very much.
No, he didn't. He always had his buddy do it. His Roy. Is that his name, Roy? The guy who worked for him? Yeah. Yeah,
so what I think, I mean, Frank, I don't even want him to breed, to tell you the truth. If he kind of went away with leopard geckos, it'd be better. He needs attention, but I'm going to go on with our stuff here. I think Bob Clark's going to be a really good one. I honestly do.
It's going to be amazing.
That's going to be an amazing show. We can talk retics, Burmese pythons. He was in the foundation of the Burmese python. I mean,
oh yeah,
He just sent Brian a pied.
Yep. A long time ago, he always talked about his story how he got into the albino, and he could never find that magazine that had that picture in it. And I found it and I sent it to him. He was all like, "Thanks, man." He got it framed up now. The whole article in the National Geographics. It's pretty cool. Bob's a cool guy. I don't care what anybody says. I like Bob. He's a great man.
I put what I think's going on with Bob Clark and why people hate him is he is a large producer and he doesn't take care of all his animals. Not saying he doesn't take care of his animals. He has hired people to take care of his animals.
He hires to do. Yeah.
So just like Brian did. So when there was an issue, it's Bob Clark's name because it's Bob Clark. It's his name. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying the man probably forgot more than I did. He's been in the game longer than me.
Oh, he went to school to be a herpetologist, graduated college.
And Noble, I didn't hear the phone call yet. I commented on the thing that said we should be professional. I didn't listen to it. I got it sent to me, and I said we need to be professional, start just selling animals. And it was kind of like back and forth. I'm going to be listening to it tonight. I guess there's a phone call posted between Darian and Bob Clark.
I don't know. I just know Bob's been around a long time. He paved the way for all of us to have what we have today, and that's no lie.
Yeah, I mean, Bob Clark is huge. And that's what I'm saying is the history of the animals, it means something. I know that the new school breeders don't like how old school people do it. But if it wasn't for these old school people doing these mistakes, you wouldn't have the new school way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I could tell you something else about Bob. When people have fires and they lose their whole collection, he steps up to the game and helps them out to get going again. Because he knows what it's like to lose everything. He had a fire and lost everything. And then he was the first guy to come out with the albino ball python, and he had them all stolen. And he had to...
About the viruses and stuff, I don't know. Well, I have not been in the snake game for a long time. So I couldn't tell you if it's true. I'm going to hold back. I'm going to have to, trust you.
I don't know about it. So,
but any large breeders are going to have some type of issue and it's going to happen, and how they handle it. Sometimes people do it publicly and sometimes people don't. I'll give you an example. Brian Barczyk, if you know him personally, he's a different guy. He's very passionate, stuff like that. The reason why everyone picks him apart is his life is online.
Oh yeah, he's out there.
And so I just think that we need to get to a point where we're interviewing reptile people, even if not. That's why the Frank thing. I don't like Frank. I was going to bring him on because it would have been good podcasting. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So bringing Bob Clark on, it's going to be great. I'm telling you guys, Bob Clark knows a lot. Now, he might have some issues like some people are saying, but he does know a lot. And I kind of we can focus on that a little bit and see. I don't need to promote Bob Clark. I don't need to promote him.
Let me tell you, a lot of people would be surprised at how many animals they have in their collection with like pythons and stuff that have viruses like nidovirus. My buddy Steven Tillis, when he started college on and becoming working with animals and stuff, he actually wrote papers on nidovirus. Now, the only reason he did this is because he had a huge collection of blood pythons and stuff like that, and he moved his collection to his new place because he moved. And when he moved them all, he said you could walk through his facility and say, that one has nidovirus, that one doesn't, that one does, that one don't. Because of the way they acted after the move. The stress brings it out. You can have an entire collection. What the hell is that guy's name? The guy is Pack something. Pack Racks. You ever hear that? The Pack Rack guy? Well, I think a large part of his collection had nidovirus, and he didn't even know it until they get stressed out. And then it's like all these ones. So then he started testing them. I bet you a lot of these breeders tested their stuff, they would find out they have more viruses than they could possibly imagine. It just doesn't come out until the animal's stressed and their immune system can't keep it down.
I do agree with that. And I kind of had a discussion, but I agree with that. I mean, there's always room for everyone to grow.
Hmm.
I just think it's an opportunity to hear about the evolution of. You can't write a book without getting all the chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm excited about that one. Now this is going to be kind of hard. I'm going to talk to Kevin McCurley. I'm going to get him in. My phone's making tons of noises, guys. I'm sorry.
It
My
happens.
phone.
Mine.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Mine's
I'm
done
getting,
it before.
I'm going to mute it. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to talk to Kevin. If people don't know, me and Kevin's going at it, but I think he'll come on.
I'm sure he will. Every single one of these large breeders have something in their background that's very questionable at
But
best.
that's the best way to do it, though, and I recommend every single person to do that always, is vote with your money. Vote with your money. If you don't agree with somebody, you don't buy from them.
That's how you handle it.
You don't buy from them. I agree with that wholeheartedly. That's how I do it. Frank, hey, someone reach out and get Frank on here. This shit was on everyone's schedule. What the fuck? He's not gonna come. He's done. He's over. That's his last chance, dude. I'm gonna give you that. That's his last chance. What it comes down to is this with Frank. And I know you guys are disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed, but I had anxiety about it the whole time because I don't have a middle me. I either get upset or I don't. And I was really focusing on being calm today. I did the questions that I knew wouldn't lead to me getting upset. As you see, I didn't ask him. I didn't put in there why he stole my picture. I could have done that, but I didn't do it.
Exactly.
Bob is same thing. See, here's my. I mentioned Tom Crutchfield.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be the group that says, "Hey, he's a legend." Then there's going to be people that says he's a felon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you go into like even pro exotics people. You know they're not around. Pro exotics ain't around, but then people are still in the industry. And when you talk to them, talk to people about them, they're like, "Well, they did this, this, and this," and then you're like, "Well, they also did this, this, and this."
Let's be honest. We all love animals. We all do,
Mm-hmm.
and we get a taste of that money. You know, the people that truly get a taste of the money, and I'm not talking $100 here and there. The people that get thousands of dollars, and you're like, wait, this is easy. Sometimes it clouds you. You know, sometimes it clouds you, and we're all breeding. Well, not everybody. I know there's some people here that just keep animals. I get that, but the breeders, we all breed animals and put them in boxes for our own enjoyment. I keep saying it. I keep saying we breed an animal, we hatch the egg or get the live baby, and we put it in a box. We go, oh, isn't that cute? We take our cameras out and tick, 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 tick. You know, oh, look at this animal, look at this animal, and that animal's like, what the hell is going on with my life? You know, that's what we do. So,
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's our lines, you know. Where's our line?
That's like the Samson Pruitt thing. There will still be people that buy from that guy. Guaranteed. 100%. There will still be people buy from him.
My problem with the Samson Pruitt thing, and the pictures I seen, oh my God.
That was horrible, yeah.
But why? Okay, what's going on? Because I guess he called the sheriff. This is the story I heard. And they came up there and looked at it, and everything's fine. Foxes that make them kiss. And that's my boy, Leo. That's it.
Leo's great.
So, I mean, let's be honest. Okay, let's take the retic industry. Okay, let's take Bob Clark. Because I feel, I don't know all the stuff in it, but I feel that Bob's probably upset at Darian because I do know that he was banned. Darian was on an interview and said he banned him. It's on an interview with Kevin McCurley. I do know that. And Darian has said that he thinks retics should be gone. I don't want to put it in his words, gone, or something should be done with retics. You know?
Yeah, I got a hint of it, but I don't know exactly what he said, so I don't know.
So let's be honest. How many people can handle a 20-foot snake? Let's really think about it. How many of these snakes that Bob Clark's breeding, or all the retic breeders are breeding, are making it to adulthood?
Okay, well, I don't know how many are making it to adulthood. I know there's very few that could handle it. I know there's very few that if they were to get bit and wrapped, wouldn't know what to do to get out of the situation. I know what to do. I'm sure you know what to do. But there's a lot of people that wouldn't. And They're kind of dangerous, but if you look, a lot of Bob's stuff goes overseas.
But even then, so
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I don't want to regulate it. I'll never say that. But also, I know who I am. So we could take
Hmm.
leopard geckos. How many leopard geckos I produce are making it to adulthood?
Not as many as you think.
Exactly. So every single one of us as breeders have to look at us what we truly are. Yes, we have morals. Yes, we want to do the best we can. But how many of our animals are actually making it to adulthood?
Okay, now I look at it this way: you got like Jay Brewer, right?
Yes.
Huge, huge. He's one of probably the biggest retic breeder around. I'm gonna say. I bet.
It's between him and Bob.
Yeah, they up there, and you know, out of the thousands and thousands and thousands they produce, there's no way enough of them are going into our industry here in the country. But I would say a lot of them don't even make it to adulthood, even though they're so expensive. People get scared of them when they get them. They put them in a box, and then they're like, "Oh crap, that
So
looks scary as it gets bigger."
I was talking to a friend, and he said we need to start looking at reptiles and charging more money. And I think, and Nick, if I say this wrong, I'm sorry. He said we should do it like horse breeding. You know, more like horse breeding or more like a unique breeding, saying, hey, guess what? There's not thousands. If you want this pet, it might cost you $1,000 for this leopard gecko. That's what he put to me. But when someone drops $1,000, they're going to take care of it a little bit more than 50 bucks. It's not a throwaway pet. Let's be honest. I can go out and get a retic tomorrow, 50 bucks.
Oh, absolutely.
I can go get a retic.
If you work hard enough, you could probably get it less than that.
Yeah, so I understand where Darian's coming from, but then I understand where Bob's coming from, you know, about, or the retic people are coming from. It's their enjoyment. So, but are we giving them the best life? Let's take leopard geckos. Okay, we're getting on Frank because he puts them in sandwich containers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what's too small? Where's our line? Where's your line? Where's my line? Where's Adam's line? Where's Leo's line? What line should we do? What line would be great? Because I did talk to Frank in the chat, and I said, well, he wanted to do a police force or something. I don't know. And I said, well, who's going to make the regulation if that regulation says, hey, Frank, you have to change it. You can't use sandwich containers. He goes, well, then I would change. Well, isn't it our job as breeders to give these animals the best life we can?
Mm-hmm. Well, here's what I got to look at too. This is something that always popped in my head when. Now they banned Bob Clark from the work market, right?
Yes. I don't know if he still is, but I know it happened.
Okay. Who's to say tomorrow somebody who got influence on Darian there says, you know what? Look, there's 22,000 leopard geckos for sale, and they're being produced by the hundreds of thousands a year. And I know not all of them are making it. Don't you think we should ban people, the bigger breeders from there? You know, everybody's fine with banning people until they come knocking on their door and say you're gone.
I'm going to kind of tell everyone a secret. The big breeders really don't need morph market.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is to ban them off morph. I think that Darian, how do we police it? So that's why I brought that up. Is like how many of all the animals, all the species are making it to adulthood? Okay, so Darian, I'm not saying Darian wants to ban retics, but he wants to do something with retics, correct? Okay, so he's already done something with crocodilians. Then venomous, he's done that with venomous now. He's no venomous. So what's next? Tortoises, just like Noble said, is tortoises next? Because how many can actually house the big five? Yeah, how many can house the big five?
Is the big one.
Yeah.
Is the big one that gets sold by a lot.
Yeah, but so I guarantee all these sulcatas are sold by the thousands every year.
Yeah.
I can call a guy up right now and have 200 at my doorstep tomorrow. Oh, it's Friday, so probably Monday, Tuesday. No, it's weekend. But you get what I'm saying. Overnight, I can go, hey, yo, send me 200 tortoises.
How long is it going to be before they come after corn snakes? They're produced by the hundreds of thousands a year.
But that's what I'm saying is corn snakes and all these other ones. So I kind of understand what Darian's saying. Okay, he posted something up. Darian talked about this quite a lot with Kevin. Awesome. That's cool. I like that. So I'm that person that understands who I am. I'm a mass producer. I don't produce 2-3 geckos a year. So if I'm judging the retic guy doing it, am I wrong?
Yeah. See, and that's what I was trying to get at. How long is it going to be before he says, well, this, that, and the other, and before you know it, they're getting rid of all the bigger breed. Everybody can go run right down to
Matt, he didn't want to come on, but I do want to message you. I want you to come on one day. But
that would be cool.
Matt, nah, dude, he backed out last minute, bro.
That would be cool, Matt.
Hope everything's doing good with you.
Hit the thumbs up, everybody.
Hey, guys, everyone said during that live, Frank said Matt Baronic is not a genius. I will sit there right now and say the genetic genius in leopard geckos is that guy right there.
Yeah, well, he can look at something and know what it's coming out of. There's a few people that can do that with all different stuff, and he's one of the ones that can do it for sure.
I've never seen a person
like,
go,
oh,
well, this orange gecko and this orange gecko will produce this, and it just produces fire. I mean, the dude's insane. So I didn't even see that Matt commented. Matt, homie.
Yeah, it slipped by too. It slipped by me also.
So yeah, but I didn't respect that. See, that's what I'm saying is Matt's a big important part of the history, and Frank was kind of crapping on that history of leopard geckos. Leopard geckos are important. Oh, sweet. Yeah, just a second, bro. Just a second.
Yeah, get him on.
Dude,
you can pin the link up there and he'll come right in.
Yeah, just a second. I'll just do this.
Are we going to run down our basic questions with him then?
No.
No.
What's up, homie? Let me see what I got here. Let me see what I can do here. I don't know if it'd be a clickable link. I'm going to go.
It should be if you put it right in the comments. You can copy the link and put it right over in the comments on YouTube channel itself.
Oh, I got to figure out that anyway. Yeah, I can just do that.
You want me to do it or you can do it? I can do it real quick. There you go.
That should work. You can copy and paste that, bro. Yeah, once he pops on, yeah, we'll get Matt on. Matt, we didn't even advertise this.
And we didn't let nobody down. We got people on. Yeah, be cool.
That's my homie right there.
That's what we should call this. How the tables turn, as the days of our lives. Anyway, what I was going to say is, when does it stop banning people because they produce something that you don't like or you think there's too much of it? I mean, who's to judge who is the person that's going to say too many of them in the market, you got to stop or you're gone? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly what to do. I don't even know what to. I didn't even see Matt's comment when I said that. There he is.
There he is.
Well, let's see if it's going to load. There it is. Dude, what you been doing, man?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
So are you breeding geckos again? I heard you breeding geckos. Dude, it's been a long time, brother. So, yeah. Do you know what Frank told me one time? He said that you guys were buddies. And then all of a sudden I see you like getting mad about him using your pictures.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it buddies whatsoever. But, I try to stay out of the drama in the 2.0 here. So,
yeah.
But
it's good to see you. It's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you guys. Yeah, it's there's a few hatchlings laying around today. I think I'm up to like 650 or something like that. Like, stop counting. Like,
so you're right back doing what you do.
Yeah. There's a few. So I think I packed a lot of them for the show already. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple.
You in Florida now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
Because I seen you over with Ty. You lucky.
Yeah. Actually, here. I'll just open up some cases.
That's my homie. Look at that. So you're gonna sell out, right?
What do you mean by selling out?
It's to sell it all out. Damn, dude.
Oh, that's
fire.
Fire.
Wait, now, okay. We go back. So is that a clown or is that a joker? Come on, homie.
I do not produce clowns anymore.
All right, so we just going joker now, right?
Yeah, it's all joker stuff.
All right.
So that is kind of like an interesting question that like everybody's kind of asked is like, my opinions on people marketing clown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, basically, you know, I've been gone for a long time. So whatever people want to call other stuff that's been out there, like they can call it. That's one of the main reasons why I switched the name, is because I basically took my clown male that is like 9 years old now and started the Joker line from that, and added a few more things. And then, you know, changed the name basically because everything that's in that line now comes from that male. Okay. So now everybody can, like, and I have like pictures of parents, grandparents, all that fun stuff. So now there's a much more traceable lineage, if you will.
And that male's that one that I can't think of her name, Drew. The picture.
Yeah, Adeline Drew.
Yeah, Adeline. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the I don't have the picture here. It's in the other room, but yeah, that's I did have it hanging up, but it's not in this room anymore.
So I need to drop some money with you then, huh?
I mean, if you want Joker stuff, yes, you'll have to. A couple of people have Joker stuff from like last year. That was like the first year that it was really released. But not too many people got a male. I think there was only like one male released. So that's pretty cool.
My big question is, do you have the white and yellow line that I bought off you way back in the day? I can't find that line anywhere, the original line.
I actually do not have any of my original white and yellow stuff.
Me neither. When I had that fire and I lost it all, and I sent to Sean the 3 generations of it, but he sold it. So when I got back into it, I can't find the original Atomic line anymore or that white and yellow line anymore.
So I have original Atomic stuff because basically what happened whenever I got back in, Scott sent me some stuff. He didn't want to work on the colorful stuff anymore, and he was like, you know, it was back whenever I was doing that podcast with Evan, and actually whenever we started the podcast, I only had like maybe 10 geckos, and that was all stuff from like previous, like, you know, many generations ago, that I just kind of kept and didn't breed and stuff like that. And then Scott was like, well, you should start doing this again. And I was like, okay, fine.
But you were doing other stuff. You were doing frogs and monkey tails, right?
Kind of. Okay. So I started doing AZA Zoo stuff, and was doing a frog exhibit at an aquarium. And from there, I kind of got into frogs a little bit, was producing mossy frogs pretty regularly. Probably produced like 300 or 400 of those. So yeah, that was fun. They're real cool species. I love them. And it's actually hard to get females. So if you can get like a female, that's a really good thing.
Brian's got some females. Did he get them from you?
He's got the milk frogs, I thought.
Oh, does he? I thought he had mossies too.
I don't think he has bred the mossies. He did get his mossies from me.
Okay.
They were babies whenever I sent them, so like I didn't know what sex they were. And then actually, I'm the one that got the milk frogs for him from some other guy that was breeding them. So yeah, it's cool that he had such success with that. And yeah, it's speaking of Brian, it's like, yeah, it's real tough.
Dude, it just, I don't know how he's staying so positive with everything, but he's a passion guy, dude.
Yeah, he is. And yeah, I got my
home
bracelet on all the time for him. So yeah, he's meant a lot to me over the years. You know, we both kind of went through some shit together, and yeah, it was he's one of my best friends, like, for sure. So
well, dude, I'm just glad to see you came out on top at the end of all that. You know,
yeah, I mean,
you're doing better. Better.
Yeah, it's, you know, like it really like was, you know, between the divorce and like, you know, my business property that I had, it really just made a bad taste in my mouth, and I didn't want to do it for a while. And then it was kind of cool after I started doing it again. Like my son was like, "Oh, Daddy, I really like these things," and then that made it like, okay, time to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome, because I know how much that boy means to you.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Yeah. So now I'm going to do the geckos so that I can afford to have, you know, time off and, you know, kind of work for myself. And then I can spend as much time with him as possible. I mean,
I still talk highly of you, bro.
What was that?
I still talk highly of you, bro.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate the the genius part. I mean, it's so like recently I actually figured out probably why that actually is because I was never diagnosed, but my son was. We're both dyslexic. So dyslexia, it has a lot to do with like your kind of like word cognition and stuff like that, but it also like can almost be like a superpower in another way where you just see things differently. So it's different parts of your brain work differently, basically.
Okay.
If you look it up, like that's like the biggest part of it is like I think like 3 out of 4 people that work for NASA are like dyslexic and shit like that. So yeah, it's actually a really cool like thing that like not a lot of people know. Most people think dyslexia is like this really bad thing, but it actually opens your brain up to other stuff that if you can harness it, it's better. So
well, dude, our talks on the phone all that time. You're the reason I'm a purist. You.
I think I'm the reason why a lot of people turned purists back in the day.
Some of our talks on the phone, man, you just turned me because you were the one that told me to breed that Bell, that radar I got that was from, and then end up producing a raptor.
Yep.
And I was denying it, and you were like, Gary, look at the eyes, it's a raptor.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're the reason I'm a purist. I'm breaking everything down because of you.
Well,
I'm trying to get pure Eclipse and pure Tremper, but dude, that Eclipse just hangs around, man.
Yeah.
I can tell you that
part about starting over actually is like I got to literally start from only a few animals, and now there's a lot. So I can trace everything back pretty easily, which is cool.
I could tell you I kind of agree with you with your dyslexia thing because my son has it. And when he graduated high school, he went into auto mechanics, and now he got into fixing. He works at these big company now that builds these like jet engines and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's got companies fighting over him because he can look at an engine and just look at it and know where there's problems at by just looking at it, because he could take it apart in his head in a different way. And then he can be like, so he's had companies fighting over to get him to work for him because he can just look at it, listen to it, and take it apart in his head. Just crazy.
That's awesome. So, we just see things differently, and that's probably why I can see things differently with leopard geckos, which is kind of cool.
You produce that fire, dude. You just see 2 geckos. I mean, it's you. You're the reason. I mean, I was into geckos because of JMG. You know that. Yeah. But you took it to the next step. And then when you got out of the geckos, and then I went over to Brian's, I was trying to identify some stuff.
Yeah, good luck.
I was like, Brian, and I was like, what? He goes, do your best.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, dude, all right. But dude, I'm just glad to see that you're back at it and you're doing good again.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
And your podcast with Evan, dude, I love Evan. Evan's my homie.
Yeah. Evan's a good guy, and he's great for the community, and I hope he keeps doing the podcast for a long time.
You going to be in Tinley Park in October?
I'm not actually. Maybe next year. It's really weird. Like I live in Florida now, and I might not even do Daytona. Actually, I might just go to hang out and like party. Well, not party. I'm kind of out of that stage of life, but just go and hang out with everybody, because it sucks being like stuck at your table the whole time. Like I went last year and just went as like just a regular person. And it was so much more fun because you can walk around, talk to everybody. So it's, I've been doing enough shows in Florida, I think, the past couple months that I don't know if I want to do that one or not. So,
well, when you're in Tinley, dinner's on me for one night.
All right, I appreciate that.
100%. I was kind of hoping that Brian was going to make it to this one, but he's not 100%. So I'm going to try to get down to Animal Con if he makes it down to Animal Con. Yeah, and I don't even know if if he'll be able to make it to Animal Con. Mm-mm.
I'm in Florida. If he's gone to Animal Con, I'll definitely be there.
Cool.
But I don't know. I've heard that he doesn't even go to the Reptarium whenever it's open anymore. Just
last I talked to him about it, he barely goes there. It'd be like a very specific person might show up to see him, and he'll go there for that.
Yeah.
It just the whole situation sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But I'm going to be out to Legacy when it opens. Hopefully, you'll be there.
Yeah. I'll go up to that for sure. And I even told him, I was like, you need any help setting anything up? Like, I'll take time off and come up and help you set it up. So
I'm hoping he gets the last bit of money, dude. I'm just hoping so much.
Yeah. I mean, I think he will. I mean, he can always pull miracles out. So I think he'll be able to do it for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about the sharks he was going to get. He's got 3 species he was going to get. I'm like, oh, or 5. He wants 5. He's talking about 3. I'm like, I didn't even know there was this type of shark. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think he wants to get like black tips and nurse sharks and stuff.
A shovel head, is it?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and I looked them up, and they're like a hammerhead, but with a shorter snout, like
bonnet head.
Bonnet.
Helmet head. Yeah.
Yeah,
bonnet. Yeah.
And they stick smaller too, so that'd be good.
So I'm excited about it. I want to go there. It's kind of like the old crew, like back in the day.
Yeah.
I know the gecko blog's still going.
Oh yeah.
No one posts on it though.
That happens.
But yeah, you were a big part of that too. I mean, like I said, you were a big part of why I'm a purist, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Someone's got to save the geckos, man.
Yeah. I can't even see the chat right now, so if anybody's saying anything, you guys will.
No, they're talking about Tinley and
JMG Black Knight line
stuff that they have. Yep. Anybody's got any questions? Time to do it now.
If people don't know, I dropped a lot of money on my first white and yellow boy from Matt. and then I bought a female, and I'm not joking. I had that female for 3-4 months, and it wasn't growing, and you gave me another female for it.
Yeah.
You sent me another female, and that's when I hit the Super Snow white and yellow bell.
Nice.
Yeah, and but yeah, so that's why I want that white and yellow line. I bought into a white and yellow line, but it was spinning, and I talked to John, and John took care of me. Then Miles hooked me up with the white and yellow line that was from Jeff Scott line, and
which it is kind of weird because like I never saw any of that spinning stuff. Like whenever I was doing it, and I brought in the first ones, and most of the people in the U.S. got theirs from me. So I don't know what happened. Like I was out of it by the time people. Yeah,
I got them, and then it just started spinning. And I'm like, why? What's this? They never spun before, Yeah. So I cut that line down, and I got a mail off Miles that came from Jeff Scott. But you were gone. You were out of it. So I went to John about it. That's why I was like, who else do I go to,
Yeah.
And,
yeah, white and yellows were very good to me. Yeah, actually, I was watching a stupid podcast a couple days ago, and somebody had said that I made $100,000 off Enigmas, and I definitely did not make $100,000 off Enigmas. I mean, that was back in 2008-ish, like whenever the market already had crashed and all that shit. And honestly, like I didn't make very much off of Enigmas. Like, so that's definitely a lie. Just wanted to put that out there. White and yellows, that's a different story. That was the year that I probably did best in leopard geckos, is whenever they actually started selling. So yeah.
I followed your coattails on white and yellow. White and yellow treated me well too.
Yeah. White and yellows. Well, the funny part was like the first year I had them available, nobody wanted them because like nobody knew what the hell they were yet. And then it was the second year that like they really became a little bit bigger. Yeah, the Enigma stuff, and honestly, like the Enigmas is whenever I was still working with Alberto, and we definitely didn't make $100,000 off of them. We did sell the most expensive leopard gecko at that time, and it's still tied, I guess, for the most expensive one ever sold, if you will.
Dreamsicle, right?
Yeah, the Dreamsicle. And it's actually tied with the Lemon Frost. Whenever it wasn't 10 grand, it was 5, but technically Steve bought 2 still.
Yeah, and so. I feel bad for Steve with that purchase, though, man.
Yeah, it is
what it is.
Yeah, that's let's just say I wasn't in the game at that point, and I'm gonna refrain from saying anything about that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I bid on it at that time. JMG was there, I was involved, and it Stike, but there's no way I was dropping that much money on a.
Yeah, that's a shit ton of money, and I mean, if it didn't have the issues, I mean, he definitely would have made it.
Yeah.
Probably still made it back tenfold. But yeah, it's it definitely sucks that happened to that mutation, because that mutation could have, it could have opened up a whole new world to everybody. But you know, it just is what it is. Like, I'm glad I didn't get it. I'm glad I was out of it whenever that shit went down.
Because you would have tried too. You would have went after it a little bit. I bet you.
Like I don't know if I would have went like and spent 10 grand. I might have got one from Steve, right? You know,
like John.
Yeah, but you know, it's if that mutation wouldn't have had the issues, it would have been a game changer for sure. But you know, it has the issues, so you know, that's just is what it is. I don't have any experience with it because, you know, that was my hiatus. So I definitely agree with people that, you know, it shouldn't really be bred for a profitable situation whatsoever. Because I don't think it can be bred out, like, and I'm not willing to do that.
How many animals have to die to prove it out?
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of the same thing with enigmas. It's like, you know, they had this lemon frost that, like, it could have been het for something too, and nobody fucking knew. So, you know, it's just one of those things, like, that, yeah.
So
They're
what
still
secret
breeding
you
big
got?
overseas and it's not getting out.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said they're still breeding it overseas and they're not getting nowhere with it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I heard China is like working on it and stuff like that, but yeah.
What don't they work on over there though?
Yeah.
Good point.
So what secrets you got behind you though? What are you doing? What are you doing that's a little coming out next season? I know you got something going.
I've got some crazy bell stuff that's like going on. Yeah, there's a couple bells that are pretty awesome.
All right, I'm gonna be talking to you about bells.
Yeah, there's like the Black Knight crossed into the Joker stuff is cool. But I took like Black Knights that already had the stripe in them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Skipped a step. And that stripe that's in Black Knights is actually not the same stripe as the stripe that's in Jokers, because you get all banded animals out of the first generation.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting, where there's like a different stripe. And then second generation's cool as shit. But I'm not gonna say the perfect combination yet of
Keep it loaded.
yeah, exactly. I'll just say that you don't need a lot of Black Knight to make the coolest looking animals. Let's put it that way.
That's what I was trying to tell people. I mean, the whole pure Black Knight thing. I mean, seriously, Chris is working on crossing out Black Knight, and he's getting really cool stuff. You know, so yeah. I mean, that's cool. I couldn't believe you were on there. I was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah, I was trying to go to bed because I was to get up at like 4:45 to drive to Orlando for a show,
bro.
But I was like, yeah, let's just pop over and see if Frank showed up.
No, I appreciate you, dude.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have me spending money with you, because you'd be the only one I trust females. There's very few people I trust females, because there's something else that Matt got into me. Produce your own females.
Yeah. So you know what's in them, and then, or if you want to test breed it for a few years.
I still have my test groups because of you too.
Nice. So yeah, but it's it's going well over here. So
that's all that matters. I see you doing good. I'm just happy that you're doing good. The boy's doing good.
Yep.
Yeah,
all good.
Because when we were talking before, he was little, man.
Yeah, he was two. Like,
yeah.
He was probably just born back then. So now he's, over 5 foot. So.
And doing geckos with dad.
Probably not doing geckos with dad, but I mean, he's into a lot of cool stuff that, I'm into too. So
That's all that matters.
he's actually a pretty damn good golfer for being 11.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool that he's that good at that. So.
And there's some nice courses down by you.
Oh yeah. He lives in a development that has one. So yeah, he's playing all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a surprise that you showed up on here, man.
Yeah.
Because you still got the same number, or is it different?
It's the same number.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I haven't changed my number in a long time. So.
Me neither. You know that. It's the same one. I text Brian about every other day or every day. It just matters. You know, Mondays are days that, you know, the treatment days are more you can talk to him because he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, whenever I'm working up at Disney, I've been doing the Komodo run up there. So every day that I'm on the run, I send him pictures of Komodo dragons.
Oh, you're making his day.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what he wants. So
we sent him because I got a Dalbra now. I got an Dalbra tortoise. So
nice.
We sent him those. He loves my kids, you know, playing with the animals and all that. And
yeah,
it's just so seriously. The next time you're in Tinley or we meet up, dinner's on me.
Okay.
Even if the boys are with, I'll pay for the boy too.
All right.
Yeah, dude. I'm just happy that you're doing good, man.
Yep.
So, I mean, what else? So you got the show tomorrow.
Yep.
Just one day show? Just Orlando's one day?
It's a 2-day show. So, I mean, the cool part about working for Disney is, like, I get to stay at their hotels for a lot cheaper. So I'll end up staying at, like, a Disney hotel. And, yeah, that's actually what I do whenever I work up there is I'll go up for 2-3 days at a time, stay at a Disney hotel, and then, just hang out.
You're a workaholic. That's what you are.
It's been a crazy couple weeks. Let's put it that way.
So when are you going to put stuff up? You got to do videos of this stuff, man.
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me, that I should come back to YouTube so that we get some
Definitely
there.
I miss your YouTubes. You know I've supported you.
Yep.
And go out to your door with the sunlight.
Yeah, exactly.
have them all in front of the window. Here it is now.
Yeah, it's kind of cool in a way, like the whole YouTube thing, because like I didn't even realize people were watching it back in the day, and you know, it was just one of those things I did for the hell of it. Like I never got paid for it. I still to this day have not received a single cent from YouTube. So which is pretty funny because like, you know, they got all those views and shit. I probably could have got some money, but
and your best friend does YouTube and knows how to do it.
Exactly, right? Like I went and helped him with the freaking Mr. Beast video. So like it's like, yeah, I know how to. It's just like it's one of those things where it's like there's people that want to be like social media famous, and then there's people that kind of do it just to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm more of the, you know, I post stuff just to post it. Like it's not, you know, I don't care if I have, you know, 100 views or 10 million views. Like it doesn't. And that's kind of the weird part about coming back this time is like, you know, it's different now. Like before I always had like something to prove, and like, you know, I wanted to, you know, make world's first constantly and all this other shit. And now it's like, you know, I already like probably made my legacy that I could have stayed gone and, you know, I still would have had my legacy. And now it's just like everything else is just kind of extra now. So like there's not like that pressure to like, you know, keep up with the Joneses and all that other shit. Just make geckos that I like looking at, and, you know, hopefully other people like looking at them. And, you know, that's the other thing is like, it's all the stuff that I'm working on now is like polygenetic. It's not like anything to do with like, you know, making crazy combos and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's just what I like doing. So
you're just adding the next chapter. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I don't care if like other people have more freaking subscribers than me or whatever, like, because honestly, at the end of the day, it didn't matter back then, and it still doesn't. You know what I mean? Like the coolest part that I can honestly say is before I got back in, and I've told this story before, I went up to a New Hampshire show, and there was this guy that like was vending, and I was just walking around, and I think we still had to wear masks or some shit. And he like looked at me and he was like, "Oh my God, you're that guy from YouTube." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus." This is like 8 years later. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. Like, but it turns out that like, we started talking and he's a leopard gecko guy too. He's real cool. J5 geckos up in,
yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then moving down here to Florida was even cooler in a way. 'Cause like one of the first shows I did, and even before that, like, I stopped by Imperial Reptiles like shop and saw him, and like he used to watch me whenever like back in the day, and that kind of was what got him into leopard geckos and then into fat tails, and now he owns his own store and stuff like that, where it's like it wasn't so much like even what I did in the leopard gecko industry. It reached further than that, and that's the cool parts. And it's almost like, very like small amount compared to what like Brian did, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what a lot of people like, people hate on Brian and shit like that. And it's like, it's so stupid because he brought so many people into this industry. Like, and whether you like him or not, like, what he does on YouTube also, like, that's like him plus one. Like, him in person is like kind of not that. So like, and a lot of people don't get that. Like, so it's, and of course we all do dumb shit, and like, and the coolest part about like, the whole Brian situation is like just his evolution in the past 10 years or whatever, you know what I mean? Like from, keeping stuff in racks to like the Reptarium. Like the Reptarium is freaking awesome. Like, I don't care what anybody says.
Who else is doing it?
Like it's awesome. Like, to be able to get animals out and interact with them, and like they all have like really nice enclosures, like, it's like, I almost wish AZA zoos were more like that, where like people could interact with stuff a little bit more, because like, that's what really, changes people. You know what I mean? It's like people shit on SeaWorld for like having orcas and stuff like that, but like, I mean, you guys are all older. You guys all went to SeaWorld whenever you were little. Like that caused a shit ton of people to want to be marine biologists, or like, work with ocean things or whatever. And like, even like the movie Jaws, like, that made a lot of people want to study sharks, so there's certain things that like, that happen that, they might not be the best light at the time, but like at the end of the day, like it actually gets like the ball rolling in the right direction.
I agree with you. I mean, Brian also is one of the nicest human beings ever. I mean, if you need a meal, he would give it to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, just nicest human being in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that people do. They talk about him putting animals in racks, like the monitors. I'm like, he doesn't do that. Have you seen his enclosures?
Yeah.
I mean, have you? Look at the croc monitor enclosure. Do you that thing? You can walk into it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And the new place is going to be even crazier. It's going to be even bigger. So like, I mean, it's going to be awesome all around. Like,
if there's one thing about Brian, he'll tell you, and you think, oh, it's going to be this great, and it's even bigger and better.
Yeah.
And when he does it, he's like, oh, it's going to be this, and it's always bigger and better.
Yeah.
I asked him about the Shark Tank, and he's like, it's going to be this. And I'm like, so it's going to be 2 times that, right? That's what I told him.
Yeah. And he's got his buddy doing all the filtration. So, like, it's going to be cool shit, for sure.
I can't wait for it. I mean, I can't wait for it. He's shooting for December still, and he dug a pond.
Yeah.
He dug a pond.
I mean, if he puts his mind to it, he will definitely do it, for sure.
That city is lucky to have him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just good to have someone that kind of knows the same circle of people I do. But it does kind of suck that you went down to Florida, because now you're not in shows up here and you're not as close to me anymore. So
Yeah.
you
But
got to shift to me.
it's nicer down here for like my other animals that like eventually I'm going to build caging outside for them and stuff like that. So
that's what I'm talking about. Because did you produce the monkey tail yet?
I produced one, but she was born like 3 days after I arrived here.
Okay.
And she ended up not making it. I think she was like preemie. So in true me fashion, we went from having what I had to there's 23 plus 4 more on the way, plus maybe 3 more pairs coming.
Yeah, you don't know how to do things small.
No, so like I'll have probably one of the largest collections of monkey tail skinks in the country at that point. So I already have more than most zoos. So,
dude, that's amazing. And if anyone can breed them, it'd be you, because you.
Yeah.
I mean, like everyone, what he's saying that he didn't care about subscribers. We used to talk on the phone. You never said, "Oh, this subscriber." We just talked about the geckos and the animals.
Yeah, because honestly, whenever I did YouTube, like it was kind of at a time where like nobody cared about subscribers in a way, and honestly, it was more to get myself out there because I got banned from gecko forums for showing my ass. So I mean, it was like, all right, well, I can't be on the most popular platform anymore, so I'm gonna have to market myself a different way. So
yeah, I mean, who hasn't been an asshole before? You know, we all have had our moments.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even being an asshole. It was like more like, I'm not putting up with your shit. Like, fuck off. Like,
yeah,
sorry, this is a kid show.
No, you're fine, dude. Because I mean, you're the one that brought that up to me. Because the person we're talking about that owned gecko forums, I had a gecko from her lineage, and you told me test it for tremper, and it was supposed to be just het raptor or radar, and it ended up being het bell and het tremper, and this is a very big name.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was cutting corners.
And
I plug my shit in here because we're losing.
So I mean, it was Matt. The story can be found on YouTube. I posted it. I left it up, but it was you that got me through that. And I mean, you hooked me up some more animals because of it, and yeah. So I just, it's good seeing you back. You know I'm going to spend money with you though, and you know this, right? So
Yeah.
How about some of that Bell stuff? You know me, bro.
I mean, right here's the breeder rack of the bells. So
next year you're going to have some Bell stuff for me, right?
Oh yeah, like I'm producing some cool stuff now. I don't know. Honestly, like all the babies are kind of too small. You wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, like
I'll post some pictures.
Dude, that's what I need. I'll just I'll bother you on what Facebook still, right? You still post on? Well, you don't post on Facebook. I follow you there.
I
You
mean,
post
I
once in a
actually
while.
like stuff for sale. I actually posted on Morph Market, but it's funny because like people will ask me on other platforms like where I have my availability, and I'm like, oh, well, just check this out, and then they end up buying it through like my Instagram or Facebook anyway. So
I'm just gonna do like I did before. Text you and send me what you got, and I'm gonna send you.
yeah.
I mean, following him at his Instagram. He does his lives on there.
Yeah.
And Miles is here. Miles wants to know who you are.
Who's this bad guy?
Miles.
Just some random guy off the street.
So to let you know what I'm doing, I have Albie Snow. I'm trying to keep it pure. I have Ghost, keeping it pure.
I mean, speaking of Miles, like right there, that's Miles's stuff.
Yep, 100%.
Glad he got a hold of that stuff before I got out.
And then I got pure macularis. I have that now. I have pure fasciolatus, pure turkmenicus. So I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to break everything down. I have cipher. I'm trying to separate that cipher and marble eye, which people don't understand. You probably had cipher in your collection.
Probably not.
You don't think so? Don't the marble eye come from you?
The marble eye came from me, but that doesn't mean the cipher came from me.
No, like, not the cipher. I'm just saying it was hidden in that line somewhere.
It probably wasn't, because of how I breed. It would have popped out of the marble eye stuff. I'm pretty sure that John got some like subspecies crosses of marble eye from me. Okay. And I think that's what he said where it came from.
Because right now I have a visual cipher that's het marble eye. I'm going to work on getting a marble eye out. Then I have a het cipher, het marble eye male. So I'm going to use my pure macularis stuff to try to breed it out. But you know how that's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's
I
hard,
want the marble eye. I want the marble eye. That's what I want. I think marble eye is rarer than cipher.
Probably. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, like true marble eye that's not been fucked with. Yeah.
100%. So that's what I'm working on, and of course, everything came from Miles. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
And
he's a good person to get stuff from.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm following you're doing the same stuff you know we talked about before, just trying to keep it pure and keep it. I'm told I'm too aggressive about it. I'm like, oh, you didn't meet Matt.
Well, now I'm chill about it. Like, I mean, it's at this point, it's like people do what they want. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with people about it. Life's too short to argue with people.
Yeah, we're at that age now, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, okay, think what you want. Like,
We just do what we do.
yep.
So you got Cypher sitting there?
I do not.
You don't have Cypher.
No, I just told you I don't work with combination stuff anymore.
No,
It's all polygenetic.
Yeah, so you're just doing a little bit of Bells, some of the albinos, and then all Joker and
Yeah,
stripes and
everything that I do is, except for I do have some Marble Eye Project stuff that I'm brought out of retirement. But most of the other stuff is all like Joker stuff, honestly.
And you got the G Project Part 2 coming out, right?
Yeah. There's the G Project Part 2.
Getting back to what a G Project's supposed to be, not what everyone's posting.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't trust me when I say that's not G Project.
Like, if it doesn't have Carrot Tail like that, like it's not a G Project.
100%.
So
that's pretty hot right there.
yeah,
Very.
this one is actually going to Arizona. So
Really?
yep. So this is the girl, and
That's hot.
she's pretty awesome. And then the boy is, I think, here. Oh, of course, he's in the middle of shed. So like, like,
Dude.
trying to see if there's any other things. This one's
So you had 600 hatchlings or you had 600 eggs?
650 hatched already.
Jeez.
And then I've got eggs everywhere too. Come here. Stop being crazy.
That's
Wow.
pretty hot, dude. That's a pretty hot animal.
Yeah, that one's pretty
That's
cool.
got some green in it, man.
Yeah, that one's pretty crazy. That one's already sold to. This one's pretty crazy.
Look at
That's
that.
got that deep orange, man.
Yeah, this is real deep orange.
Do you have any blood in? Do you got any blood hypo or blood tangerine stuff in there?
Not the JMG blood. So Ron Tremper has his own like blood line. So the two animals that I bought were like striped bloods from Ron's old lines, basically, directly from Julie Bergman, and that's what I have. In the Joker project.
My blood, my blood hypo is directly from Jeff, and but then I'm breeding pattern into it, just like I was doing with Atomic back in the day. I was trying to get more pattern into it and get that dark black dots, but you know what blood does? It makes them brown when they get adult.
Yeah,
it browns out them dots. So I wanted to see if what you have. I want some Atomic though. Are you gonna have any Atomic available?
I might have a pure Atomic female or male laying around, probably.
All right, I'll message you after the show and stuff, because you're gonna have a long weekend, bro.
Well, then it's so I got to wake up at 4:45 or something, be on the road by 5:15, go up to Orlando, do the show, get a hotel at Disney, stay the night, do the show Sunday. After the show Sunday, drive 3 hours back home. And then Monday night, go back up to Disney, work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then drive back down.
Adam told me I'm not allowed to buy it. Yeah, everyone comment. Yeah, he said I got to stay off that shit because he forgot to message you last week about that mail.
Oh yeah.
And then Wildcard says, I grabbed a pair, John. LOL. G Project watered down, going G2 fully. Yeah, I'm trying to tell people, and I will say this: the G Project stuff out there right now are not G Project.
They're not.
Not even close. And everyone's like, "Oh, you're salty." I'm like, "It's not G Project." Yeah. Half
the clown stuff isn't clown either. So
that's what I'm saying. But you have the original clown, your original male, right?
Yeah.
So you have the original male back.
I mean, he's 9 years old, so he doesn't look like much. Where is he?
But I remember what he looks like 9 years ago, bro.
I mean, he's right here. Like, this is him.
That's
He's
him.
dolled out, but like he still produces crazy shit. So.
But for 9 years old, that's not a bad looking gecko.
No, like, and this is like shitty lighting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he actually has like green tints to him and stuff like that, even at 9. So he's definitely pretty awesome.
See that? I mean, the atomic, your clowns are jokers now. Because I gotta tell you, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I have stuff that looks clownish, and some people say, "Oh, it's clown." It's not clown, right? Because it's not clown line, right?
Yeah.
So I jokingly put Riddler on it because of your Joker. You know your Jokers.
Yeah.
You understand why I did it, right?
Yeah. So this
What's
is
that?
a breeder female that's already like laid like 4 or 5 clutches.
And she's still thick.
Oh,
Look at
shit.
that.
Right, there we go.
So is that your main female?
No.
No. You're like, no, I didn't think so.
No. Like there's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, I have. Yeah. I have.
So that striping's different than you said the striping in the Black Knight.
Yeah. So the Black Knight striping is different, and then she's kind of dolled out right now because I mean, she's still breeding. This one's het bell, but it's still that clown look with the het bell.
Maybe I need to get some Joker bells. What do you guys think?
Joker bells are freaking cool.
Does the bell help with the green pattern? I mean, does it come out the lavenderish?
I mean, kinda. Actually, all right, hold on.
See, look at I got him pulling geckos now.
let me go get like the crazy bell. I'll be back in like give me 2 minutes. It's
Cool. See, I'm gonna have him go in his collection, get everything now. Watch, dude. I'm telling you, I mean, Matt's collection. He just has a mind for putting two things together.
Oh yeah, there's a few people out there that with other things that have a mind to look at something and know what you're gonna get when you put them together, and then run with it.
Hey, dude, where's my boy Miles? Is the team all getting back together again? Should the old dogs take over the gecko world again? Matt's an open book. Matt's an open. I mean, he won't tell the secrets, but I promise you, he's an open book. He'll help. I mean,
I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but I'll post pictures of it on my Instagram later.
yes, that's my homie.
But
Ooh,
dude,
it's showing up good to me.
So the stripe's already into bells.
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so that one's pretty crazy.
So is it looking like when they're hatched? Does it look like the red stripe bells, or is it? I mean,
no, it just looks like a
really
like
bright
clown. That's a bell.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
that one looked even crazier whenever it was born because the striping on it was like perfect. So
that's why I looked at. That's why I seen the striping.
yeah, and honestly, like they're not really like red stripes, like because a red stripe would be like almost like a pinstripes down it.
Yeah.
It's more of like a bold stripe with a red in the middle.
Okay.
Thanks.
So you got a lot of stuff working on in your corner.
Oh yeah. There's a ton of stuff. I mean, here's the Dark Knight.
We can just do this. Whoops. I want to do that. So, okay. So that striping's a little different?
No, so this is actually like F2 of the clown or the Joker Black Knight.
Okay.
So hopefully that stripe will turn darker, but it's almost like a quarter Black Knight actually works better than having it like half Black Knight. Let me see if we got.
You still got them ARS too, huh?
Yep.
I still use ARS. See, I like that the dark spots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like that one's pretty crazy. And then her orange is actually metallic.
That's awesome.
Like and it's one of those things that you really got to see it in person to.
So your jokers are holding that black and green through adulthood. Yeah,
depending on which line it's from, because there's like probably like 8 different lines of jokers right now.
That's because you get side effects from everything. You just keep branching out to new projects. That's what you do.
Yeah, basically. Let me see if there's the other dark ones are in there.
Dude, his stuff is fire. That's what it is. I should start hitting this full screen.
Yeah, so if you guys live in Florida, come to the Orlando show tomorrow, because then you can see some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And then buy me a gift. Just let him pick it out and pay him money.
You should be able to see the green on this one.
Yeah, you can see the green on that one. Yeah, you can.
Wow.
And that's clean.
Dude.
So that one's pretty crazy.
So you have jokers. If anyone's interested, you have jokers for Bell and Tremper. And
look at that one.
Do you have it in Rainwater yet?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. I hate you. That's awesome.
So
you can basically set someone up in Joker project in anything they're doing, so they can inject Joker right into it.
Yeah.
Is this Black Knight?
So this is yes. So you know how like people are trying to get like keep the dark sides on the firebolts. This is safe, but try to have the stripe be orange. Like if you're working with just firebolts, it won't ever happen. Because what happens is the firebolt, like, and if you have like actual pure firebolts, and even one of my friends that like works with just firebolts, if you have the really nice bold, it'll stay yellow in the middle, and if you get it to start to turn orange, the whole thing like turns orange.
It breaks up.
Yeah. So you got to use other stuff. So
that's Chris was talking about that too, about the pure firebolts getting full stripe. The best ones you have to breed other stuff to it.
Yeah. So that's why the Joker stuff in general, like, will keep the red stripe and still have like the color, like the boldness on the sides a little bit, but putting the Black Knight to it is causing it to it to stay, basically. So I didn't use the Black Knight to make them black. I used the Black Knight to keep the sides dark.
That's what you're supposed to do. You get a vision, and you're actually making it happen with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting that result.
Yeah.
That's what you freaking do, though. I just know you look at something like, oh, this, and that's what I'm going to get. But you take your time selecting the stuff. I mean, you actually select the gecko. That's what you do.
I mean, to me, it doesn't take time. It's just like that.
Yeah.
But you select like certain geckos that have certain traits to make other geckos. Like
true line breeding. He's not inbreeding. He's line breeding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, looking at me, casters. You need a bigger facility, brother.
I know. Well, it's branching out into a second room, So when I talk about Black Knights with a stripe, this is Black Knights with a stripe. But that stripe is actually different than the stripe on a bold, if you will.
So you had to work the stripe then the second gen.
Yeah, so that was like, imagine that crossed to a clown or a joker, and then the babies all turn out like this. They're all banded. Okay.
And are you breeding them siblings back to get that stripe back, or are you just breeding back to the parents? Okay.
So I did it in multiple ways. There's like the F1s bred back to each other. There's F1s bred to jokers. There's F1s bred to other lines of joker. And some of them came out cooler than others, with like using different lines of the joker. So I figured out kind of like which line of joker works best for them, and then that's what's going to happen.
I need Joker Bell. That's what I need. Well, you know, I'm a Bell guy. I'm a Bell guy. That Tremper. Everyone works with Tremper. You were the one that told me, if you remember this, Tremper is everybody. It's like, and then Bell is the grown up, and then Rainwater's the black sheep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you know, like
that's kind of how it works for sure.
I think Rainwater's underrated, but it's hard to get that pattern to stay in Rainwater's. Hypo's been bred into it so much.
Yeah,
they hypo out. Miles has some that say boldish.
Yeah, and then they get darker too, so they're not as cool looking sometimes. But we're working on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got Tangerine Rainwaters. That's all they are. But I mean, it's 1 out of 10 that stay nice looking. 1 out of 20. Rainwater for life. That's what Miles has said. Rainwater
for life.
Yeah,
Miles has some cool Rainwaters.
Dude, that dude, he's got this fire stuff.
Let's see if we got anything else hiding over here.
It's like I have a live Matt YouTube channel right now.
Yeah. Like, these are kind of Joker crossed into Firebolt.
That's actually a nice looking stripe there.
Wow.
So those are pretty sick.
I think that looks better than a pure Firebolt.
Yeah, because that one actually has the color plus the here's the other one, the sibling. And they have stripes going down the whole tail. This one isn't as clean on the sides, but it's still cool. And then they have...
You're getting color already, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and these guys are only like 10, 12 grams.
It's got color already.
I'm sure there's other stuff over here that's freaking crazy looking.
Maybe I just need to fly down to Florida and raid your place and leave money.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'll be like, hey, I want this, 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 and this.
Here's a dark G2 project that does not have Black Knight in it.
Well, let me get this going for everybody. That does not?
That does not have Black Knight in it.
Wow.
Look at the tail, is like real whacked out.
Dude.
Oh,
you better be holding that one back.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, probably. Send it to me.
Well, since you're a Bell guy.
Yeah, you know this.
Here's some more that are growing.
Dude. That's insane.
That are
Yes, it is.
Joker stuff. Yeah. So there's all kinds of cool stuff.
You got tons of projects going on like you always did. So your 600 is going to be about 1,500 next year.
No. We don't need to get crazy. It'll just get more refined.
It's just good that you got that stuff going. It's just nice seeing that you have animals you're posting again.
And then actually, forgot about this guy.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Let's see.
It's a Tug Snow Marble Eye.
That's kind of insane.
Wow, look at that.
Marble eye.
Yeah. Tug Snow Tremper Marble Eye. And then the sibling is just non-albino. And it's got the really white feet.
Wow, look at that.
That's
I like
cool.
that one.
Yeah, they're pretty. And they almost have like this green color to them.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
And do you think that's coming from the Marble Eye, from the Tug Snow?
It's coming from the Tug Snow. Like whenever I cross the Tug Snow into that line of Marble Eye, and I think it's because they're all like originally like sun glows, that it causes like them to look green, which is kind of cool.
What is Matt's business name? SaSobek Reptiles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They don't know my business name?
Okay, here's a story, and Matt knows this story. When I first met him and when the people said to get geckos from him, I thought he was overseas because of his name. Because everyone used to use their name, like, you know. And then I contacted him and found out, he's a pretty laid-back guy, got his number, started talking about what I wanted to do, and I mean, I bought like 3 groups off you, and it was always better. That's one thing I have to say about you, is when you got the animals, they look better than when you showed them to me. So
yeah, that's what I try to do. I kind of dull the pictures down so that whenever people get them, they look better in person.
Because I miss that white and yellow line. I'm working on it, but the white and yellow I got off of Miles is nothing. It's just a white and yellow, so I had to start over with the projects. But
nice.
We're getting there. I just want that classic white and yellow bell look. You know what look I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That,
The old school look.
yeah. I mean,
Yep.
dude.
People are gonna get a really good surprise whenever like the thumbnail's Frank, and then they're gonna see me.
I know. Oh, we are totally switching this thumbnail, brother. I am not joking. And I'm going to steal a gecko from you just to let you know. I'm going to steal a gecko and put it on the picture because.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Because
I give you permission to use my pictures. How about that?
yeah, see, I figured you would, and the thing was is he stole my pictures before he stole yours. I was pissed. He stole my pictures and put them on his ad of all my blood stuff.
Yeah.
And to take him there, and I said, "You got to take that stuff down." Then he took mine down and stole yours. And then you post on it, take him down, and then I don't know if he did or not. Did he ever do it?
Yeah, he took the. I mean, he did a YouTube video with like using like one of my clown animals or something like that. And I was like, "Yep, you can just go and take that down now."
Because he was lying about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been better off contacting you, say, "Would you like to come on my channel and like tell me what the clown is?"
Yeah, nobody's actually. The only person that's actually done that was Enzo.
Enzo, okay.
Yeah, and everybody like tried to make a video about it, but like they could have just called me.
Yeah, well, you know, the clown's just red stripe and tangerine thrown together, and bold, right? Yeah.
No, not at all. Actually, it doesn't even have red stripe in it technically. I mean, it kind of does, I guess. I mean, it's electric, and I mean that's why it's named Clown, is because it has electric in it. Like, you know, right?
I know. I didn't want to go there, but there's history behind this.
Yeah. I mean, that's another reason why I changed the name, is because like I kind of, after years, I kind of felt bad that like whenever I actually did tell people why I named it Clown, like, so
that's just the way it is. Like, to give an example, here's another name that we don't have to get deep into. Pack line. I have Infernos, but Infernos are a good animal as long as they're clean. I mean, they do have a look, but I do have Infernos here.
So I think, and this is just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
They did better work with Infernos after they were not in his hands.
I agree with you 100%.
And honestly, like, it probably is the same situation where with what happened to the clown, like the person, because it's the same person, I do believe, that got both of them and like worked with both. And I like even the original clown stuff that he got from me, a lot of it was crosses. So, you know, and then it changed hands like 3 times, and then that's what people have as Clown now. So it's one of those things where, you know, even the original animals that were sent to the person that you can trace everything back to, they weren't really like original clown lines. I don't want to use the word pure because there's really no such thing as pure clowns. Because like, or pure clown project, I should say.
Yeah.
I always say clown, but it's clown project.
Everything's project from you.
Yeah, because like nothing is pure. Even whenever I have it, it's not pure because like it's constantly being outcrossed. So like you can't like call it like, you know, a specific line because it's really always constantly evolving. So, you know, it to say something is like pure clown is like, it's really not true, honestly.
And see, that's where I'm trying to tell everybody. And I mean, my reach is small. I'm like, respect where it came from. Like, you call your stuff project, your clown project, G project, all that. And then like Blood Tangerine is Blood Tangerine now. But I mean, if you got it from Tremper, yes, but from JMG, it's Blood Hypo.
Yeah.
The original line is a Blood Hypo. So I'm like, respect the history, because I mean, without the JMGs, the U's, the Trempers, them lines don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So
once you outcross it too, like is it really what it is anymore? Like it's an outcross. So.
And I say breed the geckos you want. Just be honest with lines are in them. You can say Clown Project is in this, like you say, Electric's in it. But I mean, eventually, a good gecko's a good gecko. The only thing you got to really worry about is them recessives. You don't want to mix Marble Eclipse, and you don't want to do that garbage.
And that's kind of the cool part about the Joker project is like the one whole section of it is like het free of everything. So that's kind of cool.
100. You got het free Joker stuff. That's cool. Is that like for sale?
Well, I mean the original clown male, he's het free. I tested him.
Well,
so he has nothing in him. And then he was first outcrossed to some Firebolds that were het free. So that whole like line is het free. The bloody Jokers, they're het free. As far as I can tell, because both the original females were bred back to their son, plus like the siblings were bred to each other. There wasn't a single thing that popped out. So
you're one of the very few. Like I got Miles, John, I would buy animals, and you even told me test your stuff, but I trust you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a good idea because anybody can make a mistake. I mean, and it's easy to like test breed by like kind of line breeding. Breeding siblings back to each other, breeding like the dad back to daughters. Like it's so easy to do if you can like mentally handle how you're doing it, that it's worth it anyway. So
yeah, you can know your genetics and your animals.
Yep.
Dude, I'm so happy that you showed up, brother. You don't understand.
Well, couldn't sleep, so
yeah. So after this show, I'll give you a text. I'm serious. If you're gonna release some of that Joker Bell stuff, whenever you do, I'm interested.
All right.
The price doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
Be careful you said that.
dude. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's about getting good blood, and it's just. I mean, I've been digging for Atomic from you. Well, from Scott, but it's from you because I got my Atomic stuff from you, and then that white and yellow. I can't find anyone that says, "Oh yeah," because I sold a lot. No one has it, and then you sold a lot. So I'm like, "Did you buy it from Matt back in it?" Nope. And I'm like, "Come on." I know all of it originally came from you, but I want that look, and I don't know.
That's the crazy part is all of that stuff originally came from one male over in Europe that was het free, which is pretty cool.
Man, because you brought over the Blizzard stuff, right? You brought it to a Blizzard and a Bell, right?
So what really happened is we sent over, and it was still whenever I was working with Alberto, and I wanted to like get the white and yellow stuff because I saw that it started to become a thing in Europe, and I was like, I need to get this before everybody else does, because especially after the Enigma went to shit, and it was almost kind of like Enigma Light, if you will, where it fucked with stuff and the pattern and stuff. So basically I sent over, it was like 5 or 7 animals to Henrik and Lotta over in Europe. They had a male. Turns out that the male was het free because we sent over Bell Rainwater. We sent over a patternless Blizzard, a Tremper. We sent over a bunch of stuff. We sent over some like pure stuff too. And then I want to say like kind of like a G Project animal as well. And then I got male babies sent back to me of each one of them. So that's what kind of started everything. Yeah,
that was pretty big. That's another thing. I got pure Patty. I busted my butt to get that because of Marsha, and now I'm trying to get that GGG look. That people that kind of went away. People didn't care about it.
Yeah, you can't find some of that stuff anymore.
So
I think John might have some of that stuff like locked away. Because he was talking to me about it, how he has like how I had my male genetic library. He has like a genetic library of fucking everything. But it's one of those things that I don't know if some of the animals are like too old to breed at this point or whatever. He's got a lot of stuff over there that he doesn't even breed, I think.
He got that new facility. He built that new facility. And then he called me up one time and he's just like, "Hey, dude, I got to get rid of some geckos." I'm like, "All right." He sent me a bunch of geckos. I'm like, "All right." And he's been quiet, but now he's posting that Cypher stuff, that Cypher Tremper and that Cypher Bell, which he knows I want a Cypher Bell, but I'll just make my own now.
Like it's I'm super happy for him that he has the Cypher, and he did really well with it. Like, took it slow and did the right thing and made sure that it was all good. And You know, it's really cool that he has a mutation that he can hang his hat on to. Because not all of us get the opportunity to do that, for sure.
Not anymore. Not anymore at all.
Well, I mean, there's really only a handful in the first place of a single gene mutation. So yeah, it's very rare that they pop out. So
I mean, you're part of some of that with Albie. You're part of it. I mean, but the Albie Snow was before you a little bit, right?
no, I mean
No,
the Albie Snow is definitely Albie. You know,
Yeah, but you were working for him, correct?
what?
Were you working with him still at that time?
So right before I got out, I bought out Albie's collection.
Okay.
He was getting out. And yeah, then Miles ended up getting pretty much one of the only pairs of like line bred snows that like I released, because it was one of those weird things that a lot of people weren't really interested in it. And I'm glad that he bought them, and like you can still find them today, because if he wouldn't have got them, they would have been lost forever. Honestly, they would have been gone.
And that would have been sad.
And I mean, for the most part, gem snows are pretty much gone. That's the only real snow that I work with now. Well, I have Tug Snow, Albie Snow, and Gem. But I don't really work with max snows. I think I have like 2 animals that are max, and that's it.
I have Gem that I got from Miles. That's in Bell now. I have 2 gems from him. They're female. They're at nothing. And then I got it into Bell and Tremper now.
Nice.
Just to play with it. But I like the Bell stuff better. The Bell Gem looks better.
Yeah, bells are cool. Like I got a handful of those here, and yeah,
That lavender
Cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, dude, I'm just all like a little kid. You popped in, bro. Dude, I'm gonna bother you next week. See if I can buy off you.
Yeah, well, let me know, and like we'll have an actual one of these. And we can.
Yeah, 100%. We'll
That would
hook
be
up.
great.
You got an open invitation. I mean, seriously, you always have an open invitation. I got Repti Post. You can go post on Repti Post.
I'll have to check that out. I've been hearing about it.
Yeah, so it's just like Facebook, and it's just social media. You can whatever you want, And then I know this is against the. I mean, I got the classifieds Repti deal I just launched. With Darian buying Morph Market, people are wanting other stuff. So, and Darian says, "Open up a." He literally goes, "Do a classifieds." I'm like, all right, so I did it.
Nice.
So I know you sell on Morph Market a lot. I've seen some stuff up there.
So not really. I've only ever bought I think 3 months. Like I buy by the month. Like I didn't even buy.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start posting more on there. But a lot of times, what'll happen is I'll post on there and then go onto my social medias and just say that they're posted on there and check them out.
Roy
just so I don't get my Facebook banned.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's BS.
I'd hate to lose 22,000 followers. So,
dude, back in our day when we were doing it, Facebook didn't care. Now all of a sudden they care. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And Roy's got a question he's going to ask you in a minute.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
We're all going to go down and party at Matt's tonight. No,
I'm going to bed. I got to be up early. I'm old.
How old are you? Like, seriously, you're not even 50.
40.
Come on. You're 2 years younger than me. I'm 44. You're 42.
Oh, okay. I don't know how old I am because I don't give a shit.
Nah.
I know that I'm old.
Total
Not
Eclipse.
that old. I'm old.
Oh, he's at Total Eclipse. How can you tell if it's a Total Eclipse?
I mean, truthfully, you got to test breed it, but there are markers. Basically the white on the feet will go up to the top of the arm on most of them. A lot of them will have the eraser head look or the little white nose. But that's typically how you can tell a total eclipse. But it's best to breed it so that both of the parents are eclipsed, and then that way you'll know.
That's how I've always done it. But I don't go after Super Snow anymore.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even really work with max snows anymore. I have 2 animals that are pet project stuff that I produced a super snow out of them, but like it's going to the show tomorrow for like $50. So
He said the female he has a total white tail.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, the best thing to do would be to breed it to an eclipse, and if all the babies are eclipses, then you probably got one. If it doesn't have any more markers than that, like it's kind of hard to tell, honestly. That's the bad part about having a super snow is like, you know, anything that you put underneath that, like it just washes it all away. Like any color is gone, like any pattern is gone. I mean, you can kind of make like the Black Knight ones and make them darker, but yeah, for the most part, it takes away any work that you put into it. That's why I like the dominant snows instead, because then you never get a super.
That's why I love my gems. I can breed gem to gem all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need to get the
He
bed,
said he'll
brother.
do all of what you said.
What was that?
You need to get
He
the
said
bed.
he'll. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
He'll do all of what you said. He said.
Okay. Yeah, the best thing to do would just be to breed it to another eclipse, and then, or an eclipse animal. It could be a raptor. It could be radar. You know, anything that has the eye pigmentation. And then you should get babies. All the babies should have eye pigmentation, if it is really one.
I missed this one. Matt's a thoroughbred from the 90s. Proceed with caution.
I mean, I do have my vintage 2010 National Breeders Expo shirt on tonight. So
That's what I'm saying. Dude, I was at that one too. I was at that 2009. Did Brian do the dunk tank in 2009 or 2010?
I don't even know.
With Chewy. It had to be 2009 because Chewy was involved.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like,
I made a mistake.
back
It
then,
has all the markers.
I wasn't even friends with Brian in 2009, 2010, probably. It was a little bit later.
Yeah, because I was walking around and that's when Herpers 1 came out. And I'm sitting with Brian and I was bidding on that Herpers 1. It was signed by everyone and Brian kept hitting me. He goes, let that go and buy the DVD and walk around and have everyone sign it. That's what so I just bought the DVD and walked around and everyone signed it.
Yeah.
So I have a Herpers. I think I probably have one of the only Herpers one with Brian Barczyk's signature and Chewy's.
Damn.
Yeah, and then Dygate's on there. Garrick DeMeyer's on there. Almost everyone is in it. I remember Garrick DeMeyer chasing me down because he goes, I'm in that too. And I'm like, I just haven't got to your table, bro. And I see Garrick DeMeyer about 4 times a year now because I'm only an hour away from him.
Nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't do geckos that much anymore.
Does he have any of them left?
Very few. He's got like 2 to 3 groups of leopard geckos and 2 or 3 pairs of crested, but it's mostly ball pythons.
Wow.
And I own like a mini zoo. Like I do educational stuff, and he'll bring me ball pythons all the time. He's
Nice.
like, oh, this one has kinks in its tail, so here you go.
Yeah.
He gave me a kingpin or a whatever. It's a panda king or
Panda
something
king.
like that. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And everyone got mad at him. They thought he gave it to me because it's breeder size, but it had kinks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's an educational animal. I don't breed ball pythons.
Taking it out of circulation.
Yeah, I was like, he knows it's just gonna go. I have a 8-foot retic with no eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's a sweetheart. She's
That's
like
awesome.
a sweetheart. It's because of Brian I got it. I was like, what should I get for an educational animal around 8 feet? And he goes, retic. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's funny.
But yeah,
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head off. So
dude, I appreciate you, and I'll get in touch with you, and we'll do this, like set it up, and we'll have the whole thing.
Yep.
okay, sounds good, man.
All
Thanks
right,
for
brother.
popping in. It was great.
All right. Yep.
All
Have a
right,
good
talk
one,
to you
guys.
later.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.
I love that guy.
Oh, that was great.
That was good. So I am gonna be switching the thing. Get Frank off. I'll be stealing. Oh, he's coming back. Is he coming back?
No, he as he was going off it.
Oh. I'm gonna switching that back up to and put Matt's stuff up there. And we're gonna get Matt on because Matt is. I mean, like he has. he's going in and out. That's my only.
Yeah.
But he's got so much knowledge of the thing, is the stuff in the past, and
Yeah.
Like, do you know what that just meant to me? That he came on? That meant a lot to me. Miles knows. Dude. So, guys, guess what? Matt Baronic shows up. That was a better show than the other show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It was a good one. I enjoyed it.
I'm going to be changing the title if I can. I'm almost certain I can change titles.
Yeah,
Changing
you can change anything on there. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to change the image.
You go into the settings, and then you can just edit it.
Yeah, and I'm going to use his images. I was still, he's my homie.
But to definitely get him on again.
Oh, dude, that's 100%. Guys, I'm not joking. The guy's a freaking genius when it comes, to combining stuff. I didn't even know about the dyslexic and that. That's actually pretty interesting.
He talked about it on the interview with Evan.
Well, Evan, yeah, and but I didn't know it was his son that was. So I mean, that's awesome. I feel that it's important that he come back because history is important. Positive vibes for a change. That's what I'm talking about.
History is very important.
That's what I'm saying, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know. I had anxiety, and Andrew could tell you going up to this show, like a major anxiety, and then he backed out, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, and then Matt jumped on. That made my day. But there's another guest I'm going to get. We'll get Matt on. I'll text him and find out when we can do. When's the best time for him. But I'm going to be reaching out to Brian. I'm going to see if we can bring him on. But it might not be this late at night. Okay?
No, we'll have to do it. We might have to record it and put it up.
Yeah, we might have to record it, put it up, or do it live at another time. The legacy is. I can't wait for the legacy, guys. I mean. The sharks and I just want to feed a shark. That's all. I want to feed a shark. I'm like a big kid, but yeah, if any of you guys want to come on, do you know what we need to do? We need to get Miles on.
Mm-hmm. I said that a while ago, but
yeah, I do. Miles probably come on if I push him enough. If I push him enough, Miles is my homie. We keep saying that we want to do a cheesehead round table. Get Miles, Evan, Leo, and Dylan on. And do some cheesehead morphs on secrets. But that was awesome, guys. That was probably the best show I've had in a long time.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Now he's done. He's got the same number. I'm gonna text him tomorrow. No, I'll wait because he's gonna be doing that. Miles, come on. Miles, you can come on. We do some positive vibes. To tell you guys the truth, I used Miles' write-up on Gecko History. In Gecko History, you guys go to it. I got shut down again. GeckoHistory.com is coming, and I used Miles' write-up for one of them to make sure that it can't be downloaded and changed because it's going to be very scientific and stuff like that. Dude, you're not nobody wildcard, Joe. You're awesome. I think everyone here is good people. We got Nikki and we got Evan, we got Adam. We got to get Adam back on, Miles on. I want to get Adam back on because he's got some pretty cool stuff. Should do a roundtable with some newer breeders. That's another idea. I think Nikki, you said that in the chat, didn't you?
Well, she just said it there.
Well, the viewers. I know Matt brought viewers. I know Matt brought some viewers because Matt Baronic. I mean. He's the reason the way I am because before him I was with JMG. I did JMG style stuff and I was doing stuff, and then I met Matt, and Matt just he gave me who I am today. Matt played a big part in that, so that's why you never really heard me talk down about Matt. I do take little friendly jabs, like friendly jabs.
Yeah, that's different though. That's. You don't mean nothing bad about it either, so.
No, because I don't have an eye like I don't have an eye like Matt. I don't. I can't do what he does. He's there. I want to leopard geckos. That's what I'm talking about, homie. And seriously, I don't care if you just started breeding. You want to come on here, guys? Let's do it. I mean, let's talk about your journey. And I mean, how can I say it? It doesn't matter if you just started. We can learn something from each other. 100%. But one of my best friends in the world is Miles. I love this guy. I mean, that dude. Leopard geckos had brought me you, Andrew. Leopard geckos brought me you.
Yep.
Miles brought me Matt. Dylan and Leo, Evan. I love these. I love you guys. I mean, it's just because we don't all have the same views either.
No, you don't have to either.
I'm just a purist at heart. I prefer watching. Come on, Nikki. Come on. I'm not joking. Nikki art is awesome. Guys, I'm telling you guys, check out Hooked on Geckos on Facebook. Look her up. Her art is awesome. I got her art. My daughter got it in, and we opened it up. We did some recordings. I got to get it up. It is amazing. She does stickers. She does art. And it's not like expensive. And it's original art.
Yep.
Like, how do you put a price on art? I mean, and she does prints. I mean, just go the Hooked on Geckos. And she does cool geckos, too. She does Patty Bells.
Yeah.
I'd be down to jump on a round table, but only to play devil's advocate on Adam. Oh, jeez. Adam's my home dog, too, dude. I love Adam.
Oh, he sends me funny stuff all day long, every day. I laugh so hard.
I feel bad.
I can't even breathe.
Because a lot of people's got my phone number, but it's really hard. Texting, if you have my phone number, texting is the number one way to get a hold of me. And if I don't answer, just text me again. I will get to it if you text me a second time. I get so many texts because my phone. Whoops! Awesome show. That's awesome, dude. I appreciate you.
I didn't mean to do that again. Go ahead.
My phone has 2 phone numbers on it, so I'm getting all my Verizon customers texting my phone too. So, and I don't turn off the other one, so that's why sometimes it's really hard for me. Yeah, basically spam me.
He called us some gecko geeks up there. He goes, "Wow, you guys are real geeky into geckos."
Oh, and not to put down ball python people.
No,
leopard gecko people look at things differently because we can line breed so easily. So, like everything you were seeing with Matt, that's his vision. That's what he's going after, and then he goes towards it. Ball python people really don't do that. They just don't.
They go with morphs and try to figure out from that point.
I mean, I'm not saying all ball python people don't do it, but I've seen people go to ball python saying, I want a pied, the cheapest pied, because it doesn't matter, I just want pied. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, I want the best looking pied you can give me. I don't care what it costs. Yeah.
But the deal with a pied is you can throw the ugliest pied into a het pied or another pied and make the most beautiful pied you've ever seen, because pattern's always different on them. Nothing looks the same.
And sort of the same thing with geckos. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're going to have a better chance if you got by siblings. Let's say they're siblings. One is fire and one is not. You could probably buy that not so fire animal for cheaper than the fire one, the really awesome looking one. But that lower end one still can produce amazing animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
anytime, Adam.
Dude, Adam, you got an open invitation too, brother. You're family, bro. I love Adam. But sometimes I feel like people think I'm ignoring them. I'm not. You guys got to think with Repti Deal now, with Repti Post. I work full-time job. I can't tell everyone what it is. I'm starting another business with a partner. I got Orner Exotics. I got Reptarians. So I'm really stretched thin. So I don't get upset if you have my phone number. If you have the actual phone number, text me. I might read it. I might be at work, and I might not be able to text back. But text me later, and I'll text you. Like, Chris gets a hold of me sometimes later at night, and I'll sit there and talk to him. It just matters when you hit me up. Oh, hell no, LO, I don't even have the equipment to go live for. Dude, I got mics here. I can just send it. No, I'm like, only if Nikki and Shannon go on. I'm telling you, dude. I think we should have a girls' night. I think we can. We can get MS Farms on, Nikki on. Maybe we can do a girls' night. Heidi,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Dude, I'm telling you, I just love geckos, and what happened tonight, just talking geckos, I geeked out. I felt like a little kid. I felt like a little kid. So, yeah, I mean, Matt Baronik is important to where I am today. So I've said that before on the podcast. So I've said that many times. And I mean, Brian means the world to me. Girls' night. Will Gary and Andrew be wearing dresses? I will wear a dress.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say, do we have to do our hair and paint our nails and earrings and stuff in?
We didn't have drama night as much as I kind of agree. I kind of agree. I'm happy it didn't go. Matt came on instead, and I'm changing the stuff because I want the other one. It's done. I'm letting everyone know that boat has sailed. That his boat is gone. I'm going back to what I used to be. I'm done. And Heidi, I love getting Heidi on. I'm a Colubrid guy. I'm one of the leopard. I have one leopard gecko. I love the stream, dude. Adam, I love you saying that, but I hit your button. But dude, you want to come on? I'm looking for a Colubrid. I think we should get him on for Colubrid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get in touch with one of us. We got an open forum, and if I have something scheduled as a show, because I'm going to schedule stuff out. If it's not already someone getting interviewed, I'll change it. I'll interview you.
Oh yeah, we would change it easy. Yeah.
The only thing I ask is try to give us a few days, because if we're going to interview someone, I want to push it out there and advertise. I want Joe on. Gecker Girls Gone Wild. Uh-oh. I'm telling you. Heidi, I can't wait till Fondy. I cannot wait till Fondy. But I'm going to be in La Crosse too. But everyone, I am going down to La Crosse the night before, but you guys aren't going to be able to hang out with me because I get off work at 7. I got to go to the facility and pick up the animals. I'll get there leaving there by 8. I won't get into there until like midnight. So I'm going to be hitting the hay and then getting up by 7. What's he say? They have to wear tear towels. Oh geez. They're oh god. Tell me you were alive in the 90s without telling me you're
alive in the 90s.
I'm telling you guys. Do you know what's really funny? Is a friend of mine that runs Sewerfest, Shane. Some of these people will know Shane. Said before you came, Gary, there was no gecko people here. Do you know how many gecko people are in Wisconsin?
It's full of them. It's full of all kinds of reptile people too. I'm like, what's going on in Wisconsin, man?
I've been talking to like Jim lately, and then I've been talking to another person. I can't think of their name. The Snake Discovery, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just what's been. I'm like, guys, there's tons of people here, but I'm like, Heidi's was here before me. Miles was here before me in this area. I mean, they might have been around when I was breeding back. I've been breeding geckos since like 2006-ish, 7. And that's another thing. Who said that Matt made $100,000 on? I mean, I have no clue. I didn't want to ask him. I didn't want to bring. Was it Frank? I mean, him make 100. Dude, I can promise you he didn't make $100,000. I can vouch for that. Now, with White and Yellow, I'm not going to say what he made because I don't know. But White and Yellow, I did very well with White and Yellow. Mm-hmm. I mean, I did very well with White and Yellow because of him. Oh, geez. Frank said, oh, dude, I'm telling you. What is Wisconsin? Wait, don't y'all like innocent people in prison? Probably, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, off Enigma, no. I mean, Matt is very, very. He says he's loosened up a little bit on other people doing it, but he doesn't produce animals just to produce animals.
No, he gets a vision, and that's what he works for.
See, that's one thing I don't like about what Frank says. He says there's no one that makes money with leopard geckos. I'm always in the black, always. I'll never say financially what I make. I just won't tell other people. It's no one else's business. But, I mean, guys, do I recommend people jump in this business? If someone says, hey, I'm going to be a breeder of leopard geckos, I'm going to make $1 million, I'm like, no, you're not. I mean, you might, but, I mean, it's a hard road. It's a really hard road. Ball pythons. Can you make $1 million from breeding ball pythons? If you have money to put into it. But if you're starting out with $500, it's going to take you some time.
You know, here's what I always said about ball pythons. If you spend $2 million, you may make $1 million.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, it's just if you're getting in this hobby just to make money, it's not going to work. The industry's not going to work for you.
Mm-mm.
It just won't. It just won't work. I'm blessed enough to have a facility, which I don't want one. I don't want a facility, but that facility is going to move here soon, and that news will be out here soon. Just to let people know.
I have a facility too, but it's full of mealworms now.
Dude, how's that going though? You producing?
I meant
bro.
to send you. I meant to send you pictures today. It's crazy over there. I mean, crazy.
Dude, I can't wait till you just say, dude, I'm producing millions. You know,
If you looked at the tubs I separated yesterday, today, but for the last 3 days, the mealworms that are in there, that when they're real tiny,
yeah.
has to be in the millions. Has to be. It's absolutely crazy.
When I first got into leopard geckos, I was feeding crickets because that's what JMG did. And then I started really getting into leopard geckos because leopard geckos are part of my breeding. I did ball pythons and some Sonoran boas, stuff like that. And venomous. I was venomous. And then when I got into it and I got stuff from Ohio Gecko and I was still doing crickets. And then when I met Matt and I started buying from Matt, he said mealworms. And that's where I went.
I'm going to tell you a little story here, Frank. This is no joke.
Yeah.
Well, I wear a mask all the time anyway. But I had a 5-gallon bucket of frass. Okay. So I went out in the yard and I sprinkled it on the grass, and you could see exactly where it landed on the grass because the grass is growing 100 times faster. It's darker green, it's thicker, and it's just, you could barely mow it over. It's so fast.
Seriously? So you should be fertilizing. Well, who does that? Is it Justin K that
Hold on
uses
one second.
Yeah.
It might be unlocked, but you can see. It's crazy.
Justin K for his rats and his mice, I think he uses the bedding and the poop as fertilizer for his 30 acres.
No, yeah. That's Kabalka, I think, does that.
Yeah, Kabalka. Now, I will tell everyone, I tried to get Justin on, and he has not responded. It's not a bad thing. I know he's a busy guy.
Oh, he's busy. Yeah.
I was trying to get it on, but Bob has agreed. So we'll get that date set up. And
Nick uses it for a garden.
that's
I don't know what I'm going to do. I can only fertilize so much. And then when I got 5-gallon buckets every day,
so
10-gallon buckets, 30-gallon buckets, I don't know what to do with it all.
So you put cornmeal inside with the worms, right?
Nope. Wheat bran.
Wheat bran. Okay, so wheat bran. How do you separate the frass from the wheat bran? Or do you just wait till it's eaten?
They eat it. Most of it, they eat it pretty quick. But I got a setup where it's different size screens.
Okay.
And at the very last screen, only lets the frass through.
Okay. See, I don't know. I mean, I do it with dubias, but dubias are bigger than their frass, so.
Yeah.
Buy frass.
Yeah, dubious frass is big, though.
Yeah, dubious frass.
Oh, people buy it in bulk? That would be cool. I was so tempted to show people in town how green my grass can get. And they can say, I'll sell you my secret fertilizer.
I'll give you a secret for dubia roaches.
What's
if
that?
you buy frass from someone or get frass from someone else's large colonies and put it in bottom of your colony when they start having babies, the babies will grow faster.
Because it's from a different line?
No, they eat the frass.
Eat
the frass, yeah. So when you buy a colony, a starting colony, there's no frass in your stuff. So the first few babies, there's no frass for them to eat. And if you actually buy frass or tell them to put frass in a cup for you and put it at the bottom of it, then babies will eat the frass and grow faster, and you'll start producing faster.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So when I do a starter colony, I have a bucket of frass like this full of like a 12-gallon tub of frass that's like a foot deep, and I just take a cup and I sprinkle it in there and I start a new colony.
Yeah, I use that for the I do have that, Nikki, for the shed skins. I don't know, there might be a name for it, but I'm talking the frass that's in the very bottom that ain't gonna suck up.
Yeah, I'm looking. I gotta text Jillian probably in the next few days. I gotta get some worms.
You think they would do that, Miles?
Miles showed me how to get rid of the shedding, the moltings of mealworms. He takes it outside with his shop vac, like Nikki said.
Yeah,
you don't suck it, you blow it. You blow it out.
Yep, blow it.
Someone asked me how many geckos I'm going to produce in 2024.
Do you have an idea?
I can go one of two ways. I can go where I'm going to produce 5,000 to 7,000, or I can go where I only produce 2,000.
Depends on what you're.
Depends on. It's going to depend on the next move, where I'm going to move the facility. So it totally depends on that. So, but I'm leaning towards 2,000. I'm leaning towards 15 or 2,000, like big time. Because I want Reptilians to be taken off here soon. Reptilians is going to be launched when I no longer work for Verizon. Then it'd be a full launch, full go launch. Oh, only 2,000 this guy, yeah. Miles, you got to understand, bro. Meal and poop and stuff spread around the garden like crackhead dancing naked in the snow. Jesus, I love Nikki. And look at only 2,000. Dude, I got so many projects, bro. That sounds like an interesting art idea. No, don't give her ideas, Frank. She's gonna do it. You need to put together a show where you offer ideas where to home all those. Okay, I can tell you, I know my contracts are up in 2023. That's why it's a blank slate for me. So when someone asks to wholesale from me, like mom and pops, they don't have to sign a contract with me. They can just order when they want. But when these large producers come, or large people that are asking for large amounts, they have to sign a contract, and I am like guarantee them a certain amount of geckos for a year, and I have to hit them numbers. That protects them and me. So they're only buying from me, and I have to produce those. So they're going to other wholesalers. These wholesalers might be selling them to the general public, might be selling to their mom and pop stores. It's an inside route. Will I give up them? I've already done it. I've already placed them with other people. I made a pole dance, and Frank I made a pole dance. She did. So, I mean, Joe, if you ever message me or you want to talk about it because I'm on his Discord, which is really cool. I will start putting that link in our descriptions now. That Discord's really cool. I like it. I'm an open book. I just can't tell you who buys wholesale from me because it's part of our agreement. And it's no one bad. It's just most of you guys won't even know who they are. There are people that sell to other stores. Josh's Frog used to buy off me.
Hey Todd, how you doing?
Yo, the Aatrox. I love the angry Aatrox. I want to talk some venomous snakes.
He's the guy to get him?
Yeah, I want to talk some venomous snakes. There's a reason I want to talk venomous snakes. I might have an opportunity to get back into venomous. So, an old friend contacted me like a week ago. An old friend, and I was talking to who was it? It was on Al's post. Oh, Martin Smith. I was talking to him too. He's from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Smith. So, like, yeah, I'm having a good day now.
Oh yeah, today turned out great.
Dude, I'm so happy. Now I got to work on some art for our boy Matt and get this name changed and say, you're going to say, it was a surprise with Matt Baronak of SaSobek.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
What happened?
He lost half his collection in a power outage.
No. Dude, I'm sorry, bro. Dude, that just sucks. That sucks, dude. I feel for you because I lost my collection. Matt lost his collection the same way I lost my collection at one time. People don't know that Matt had a fire back in the day, and I don't know if he has pictures up anymore. Dude, that sucks, dude.
It's horrible.
I don't even know what to say. There's nothing to say to make it better. That just sucks, bro. Also, it was 3 days with zero power. Really? Dude. See, that's this. I'm looking at new facilities, okay, and there's going to be an announcement eventually about it, okay. It's all good stuff, all great stuff, but that's something I'm going to be looking at is either solar panels or generators. So,
You should get those. I forget what the name of them are now, but the generators that if the power goes out, they automatically come on. They're hooked up to natural gas.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. I was
They're
it?
not that much money.
I forget who was talking about that in one of the chats, but that's what I want. I want because here it's not the summers we got to worry about so
It's
much.
the winters.
It's the
Like
winters here.
Same thing here. Winter kill you.
So, um, yeah, dude, it's okay. Getting it out of my head is a challenge. Getting generator to natural gas, dude. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
dude,
the natural gas generator's the way to go.
I know this doesn't help anything, but when you're ready, if you need help finding certain things, I got contacts for certain stuff still. So just let me know. I'll help you in any way. You probably have the same contacts though. Um, yeah. The reptile world's smaller than most people think.
Oh,
One,
it
but
is.
the gas ran out, and because the city didn't have any place. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they had no power. You couldn't get gasoline. I lived down there, and I have no idea what it would have been like with no power down there. Oh
Dude.
boy.
Yeah, dude, you need anything, bro. Just let me know, and if I got a connection, you got it. I mean, 100%. I'm looking at getting some, some westerns. I want some Mojaves. I have a western already sitting with no rattle, just waiting for me to get the place. I don't want to. I don't want to get too many venomous that stay at my place permanently because I do have someone that lives above me. So I don't want that. He's really cool about me having animals, but I don't want that. So all the venomous that's come through there has only stayed there temporarily.
Yeah. Was it a tornado? Oklahoma. I want to assume it was a tornado.
Dude, I don't even know what to say to that. That sucks. Yeah, Matt's now in Florida. He's got all them hurricanes, but he's close to Ty. Because he was just at Ty's place, which I want to get down to Ty. Ty said I could videotape anything I want. Derecho. What is derecho? Straight line wind. What?
Whoa. Wow.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. Yeah, I got to get down to Ty's.
I would like to go there. I think it would be great to go there.
I did. He's officially the largest reptile zoo in the world.
That is cool.
Terry had it for the longest time. Well, he's a curator of it, but which I got to go out and visit Terry too. And when I do, we're just gonna take you. We're gonna go meet you up with you, and we'll go.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because only take me a few hours to get there.
I think we should. I think we both should just hammer him because we both know him. So we should just hammer him and see if we can get him on.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
I mean, he's a zoo creator, guys. So we get him on. And to tell you the truth, Matt's worked at zoos. He's doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I always keep tabs on my peoples.
Yeah.
The other person I want to try to get on is Kevin McCurley.
Be an interesting show.
I want to get him on. Now, I know some people don't like him, but the dude is a freaking encyclopedia.
Not only is he an encyclopedia, he does have a way with animals. I'm going to be serious. He has a way to connect with the animal that's
100%.
different than most.
He's like, oh, this one bites here. Let me just, oh, look at it. It's nice. I'm like,
the other guy's sitting there with fingers missing.
Ty Park is... I can't even say enough about Ty Park. I don't know him personally. I only met him through Facebook, right? That's the only place I met him is through Facebook. And we have mutual friends, but he talks to me like he's known me forever. He's just a great person.
I've really been thinking about a display thing, and I really want to get a rhino iguana just for a display animal, just one.
Ty's your homie right there.
Yep.
I know Kevin personally. I'll let people know what happened. Okay, me and Kevin, and then his ex. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to bring that up, the bad part of that. But I'm against venomoids. Like, people know this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm highly against venomoids. I hate them 100%. Venomoids is when you take the venom glands out of venomous snakes. Okay? Kevin had venomoids. He did not have them made. 100% did not have them made. But he had pictures with these venomoid gaboon vipers near children. I flipped out. I didn't care if it was Kevin McCurley or not. I was like, "What are you doing to me, bro?" But then we butted heads. So we're fine now. I mean, he's just he's an encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Kevin through Brian, of course. So I mean, the benefit of knowing Brian Barczyk, you know these people. But what I did not know, I don't know still if Bob and Kevin are cool, because my dream was to get Bob, Kevin, and Brian on the same show.
That would have been cool. That would have been, but I don't know.
I don't know, because I would love to get Sean Bradley on, but everyone can talk to Sean Bradley. He does his own podcast and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how that would work with, because Sean doesn't get along with some other people. But I don't know. But the history, to get the history of them, you see it from a different point of view.
I'd like to get Tom on once too.
Crutchfield, I'm sure he would. Tom is a different animal too. I mean, like, the respect he gives to animals and the animals that he keeps, and I mean, some of the venomous snakes that he keeps are not common, guys. They thrive. I mean,
I know we can get what's his name on, but we have to record it because he's got kids and he doesn't want to.
Yeah,
come
we're
on
gonna do that. We're gonna start doing recordings and just do premieres.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I gotta go. See you later, Frank. I know it's getting late, but I mean, I'm
Later,
all
Frank.
excited.
Peace out. Thanks for stopping in again.
homie. Hey, you guys are all awesome.
Yeah, Dave Palumbo come on, but he has to do it early. He can't.
I
do
want
it
to arm wrestle him. Do you think I'd beat him?
Maybe now. Well, I don't know. His shoulders are pretty messed up now, but back in the 80s,
dude, his
I don't
arms
know,
as
man.
big as my neck.
He used to be huge, man.
But he's a nice guy.
He's a great guy. Great guy.
So that's kind of the way I want to take fauna, is just because everyone doesn't get along with the person or thinks something, we get their side of the story, we get their history of them, because it's important.
Absolutely.
Every one of these people had a building block in what we know today.
Yes. Especially these older people. I call them older people, but they're my age, but still
I'm going
back in the day.
I'm going to call Junior and see if we can get him on, and I know this is going to sound bad, not to talk hognose.
Yeah.
I want to talk OG leopard geckos. I want to talk about when the Enigma stuff, what he's seen. I want to talk about the blood hypo. I want to talk about the hyperexanthic. I want to talk about stuff like that. And if people don't know who Jeff Jr. is, that's another encyclopedia. Like, and there's another person I want to get on here, and he does his own podcast, but no one's interviewed him. I want to get Evan on.
That would be cool too.
Because I know Evan, I know who he is, and I mean, he does a podcast, one of the best leopard geckos. If you guys don't know Strength and Leos, you guys got to go check it out. You're a leopard gecko fan, even if you're not. Strength and Leos is amazing. But he's a book of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really, really big book of knowledge. Evan is awesome. I love Evan. And my buddy Dylan. My buddy Dylan is doing some really good work with some really cool stuff.
We can get Joe Wasaki back on too. We were going to have him on before, but he got stuck going overseas.
Yeah, we'll get that going. We got some people lined up. We just need to start doing these interviews. What just happened today was perfect. I might not have the image done today, but I will have it done tomorrow, and I'm going to get this switched over. I just think that it is amazing what Matt did, because he didn't have to do that.
No,
he didn't have to do that. He saved our ass. So that's my home dog. And Miles, do you ever think that was going to happen? Oh, dude, it's crazy how much trial and error with reptiles that happened in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the early 90s before we had access to all those infos to trash and old school reptile guys that have grown and evolved. 100%.
I could tell you a story from the old days.
We're gonna have to, after you tell a story, you're gonna answer that for him.
Well, I can answer this one real quick.
Yeah.
Before I even go into it, ball pythons, king snakes. Let me think. What else? Like hognose. I can't forget my hognose. But I've worked for 30 years with everything from retics to berms to boas, you name it. I pretty much had it. Iguanas,
Isopods.
isopod. Oh, I forgot my isopods. Mealworms. I can keep going. Well, here's a little story. Back in the 70s, people used to get who were breeding didn't realize about the cooling situation, right? They couldn't get their stuff to breed in captivity, you know, with local stuff like your king snakes and your corn snakes and all that. They couldn't figure it out. But if they went out in the wild and caught a wild animal and brought it into their collection, they could get it to breed, and they couldn't figure it out. Well, one day, an individual, I can't remember if it was Bob Applegate or not, but anyway, he decided, he goes, I'm just going to put all my collection inside a shed for the winter and let it go so they cool down and see what happens. He did it, changed the history of breeding animals from that moment forward, because he got every one of them to breed, and then everybody took off from there. I don't know if it was Bob Applegate or not, or somebody from
Applegate.
Texas.
Applegate was a big part of that because Applegate, that's how I started learning about breeding mangrove snakes. I was one of the very first to breed mangrove snakes in the United States.
Yep.
I was bringing you guys are probably going to hate me for this. I was bringing in a massive amount of wild caught mangroves. Because back in the 90s and early 2000s, mangroves just didn't thrive. Okay, they came in. So I literally, when the internet came out, that's when I started learning, because I could check the weather where they were from. So I was starting to mimic the weather from days ago to what make their cage that way. Like if it was raining, monsoons and all that, I'd spraying them down, and that's how I end up doing it. My garters. Dude, don't be scared. They'll be fine. I mean, the brumation, I mean, I've never done garters, but I mean, when we used to brumate other snakes, if they're fed up enough, their digestive system and everything kind of slims down. I always offered water, though. Some breeders don't offer water or nothing. I would just cool down the room and stuff, and I always offered water. Some of the old school people, guys, there are, okay, I'm going to tell you guys this too. There are people that are not online still to this day that are wealth of knowledge, and it's going to go when they go.
Oh yeah, when the bigger people, some of these older people go, it's going to be forgotten, and then you'll lose a lot of their tricks that they do.
There's a person called Hollywood Exotics or Hollywood Reptiles. His name's Jeff out of Cleveland. The guy's awesome as can be. Love him to death, but he's not online. He was in a video. He was in someone's video. And you know, how do we reach you? Oh, I don't do online. Just come to the show. Yeah.
I know when I brumate, I just make sure they got water. I've stopped feeding them in October, middle of October. I make sure I wait till like the second week of November or so. And then I put them together.
I was hoping that was going to be different, man. We thought his garter was giving birth. Damn. I'm sorry, bro.
Reptile magazines. There we go. Sorry about that, Miles. I really am. That sucks.
Entering our cell phones about snakes from BHB from ads on. I'm telling everyone. Get ready for this. People think Brian Barczyk was a ball python. He was a colubrid guy.
Oh yeah, he's first of a lot of stuff in colubrids.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, when I started, you had the reptile magazines too. But I had a guy. I had a guy that that ran a store before I took it over. He was kind of my mentor. He did it all from back in the 70s too, so he taught me most of what I know.
And so then now you guys don't know. I'm not even lying. I mean, I have another person who knows Brian personally. He's different, and he's like, take him down a half, and that's who Brian. And he's really chill, and the passion. Like if you needed food, he'd be the guy to go buy you food.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, "Oh, you need a burger? Let's go get you a burger." I mean, that's just who he was, or who he is. And to see people trashing him, I mean, some of my friends are saying, "Oh, he's getting what he deserves," and I unfriended him because of it.
What the hell? I don't mean to say that. Nobody deserves that. I don't care what they've done.
I can't be friends with someone like that because I'm being selfish because I'm losing a friend in the hobby but what about his grandkids? What about his daughter? And what about his son, his wife? It just,
And he's young.
100%. I hope he beats it. I still think
So do
he
I.
can. I'm saying it every day. It just sucks when I got that text. It hit hard. I don't know if I text you that day, and it hit hard. Like, I was like, what the? No, and it just, no.
No, it was tough. I remember you saying it. I don't remember if you told me the day or the day after. I don't remember.
And the best thing I seen was when Potter at the auction says, "I don't care what you feel," and he went into a speech, and then everyone sat there and he called Brian, and Brian got to see it at Tinley Park.
Yeah.
But I mean, we text him pictures of the Aldabra because he loves the Aldabras and the kids doing stuff with the animals, and Laura talks to Brian more than I do now.
Yeah.
Who said that? I won't say anything, but
I can afford a plane ticket.
I've had some friends like this say some pretty mean stuff, and certain other friends were there to like do a block. In person, I've been kind of told this stuff, and I've had friends there and says okay, and they interacted because I mean, Patriot is one of the worst and terrible. Right there, it is. That 100%, brother.
Yep.
100%. The scares we've had too, bro. I don't wish that on anybody.
No, I wouldn't either. That's why I said I would not wish that on anyone. And then, I don't care what anybody does. Nobody deserves it either. So
it sucks. And I feel when someone passes that I'm selfish if I'm sad because I'm the one that lost and I want them to be here. That's how I kind of feel. But this one hits me different with, what Brian's going through. Because, I mean, there's times I'm like sitting there going, he built this wonderful place that he shares with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to build the legacy. People are like, oh, he's going to make millions of dollars a year. That's the last thing on his mind.
Oh, definitely. I could tell you if he should not beat it, the reptile community will never be the same. It'll actually have a major hit to it because he brings so many young people into the hobby that get passionate about it just because of what he does.
I'll say this. Losing Brian Barczyk will be worse than losing Steve Irwin. For the hobby of reptiles. Than losing Steve Irwin.
Oh, absolutely.
For the reptile hobby of keeping reptiles,
mm-hmm.
losing Brian Barczyk would be worse than losing Steve Irwin.
Yep, I think so.
Brian Barczyk brings you into his life daily.
Every day.
He's still doing it. And he still pushes forward, and he just... dude. I love Steve Irwin. I love him. And, Jeff Corwin's, I know Jeff Corwin. That's another one that
mm-hmm.
I love that dude. But for reptile community, losing Brian Barczyk would be devastating. It would be devastating
absolutely.
to us. He does it with a smile. When I text him, guys, I'm not joking. When I text him, I'll just say, hey, what do you think of this? I asked him about the name Reptarians. I'm not joking. I asked Andrew. I told Andrew about it. I asked a group chat of with Miles and Evan and Dylan in it, and I asked my wife, and then I texted to Brian, and it just clicked, So because I still ask for ready for this Morph Market page got deleted off of Facebook, right? Do you know what Brian Barczyk did? Yeah, he got banned. Do you know what Brian Barczyk did?
What?
He took time out of his day and got it unbanned. Yes, he's got Pool on Facebook.
Obviously.
So, but he took time out of his day to help out Daring in Morph Market. The dude's just... He's one of a kind. What's up, Aaron? I love you too. You rock. You guys are all awesome. There's no reason to hate on Brian. There's no reason to hate on Brian. I wake up every day hoping that I see a text from him, or he didn't even tell us, and he just puts a video out saying it's beat. We're good to go.
That'll be great.
I am waiting for that day. That'd be my best Christmas birthday presents for the rest. That'd be awesome.
If anyone can do it, it would be him. When he gets determined to do something, he seems to have an ability to do it.
You heard Matt say he doesn't. He's like, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be so awesome. ×2. That's what he is. That's what he does. It's awesome. It's gonna be this, and I'm gonna do this. It's ×2.
×2.
Shall we push in 3 hours? I'm telling you, I'm not joking. Matt Baronik coming on here kind of energized me a little bit. I was kind of down. I was like, eh. And then Matt asked to come down. I'm like, hell yeah, we're getting him on. Dude, I'm excited about it, and he's kind of rejuvenated me to get some of these people on. And I want you guys to think, if we bring on a Bob Clark's, and we bring on, even if I get Sean Bradley's, if you have something, in you that's like a hatred, try just to listen to because they are part of the foundation of what we do today. I want to bring these people on.
What you got to do is you got to take the story you were told and the story that they tell and come up with your in the middle somewhere, because the truth is in there somewhere, no matter what it is. So
I want to get Rich Zukowski on.
That would be cool.
People don't know him. He owns Fauna Classifieds. He used to be a very large corn snake breeder. Very large. He's a friend of mine. I might be able to get him on if he has time. That's another person. Me and him used to butt heads. Oh, we butt heads. But now we're older. I mean, sorry, Rich, you're old. I actually got to shake his hand at the 2008 or 2009 when he got out. I think it was 2009 he got out at the Tinley show. You also know Rich. Rich is just good peoples. I appreciate you guys doing these lives on YouTube. I'm so busy with life and the hobby and family. I don't get to interact with people talking reptiles unless I'm vending. Dude, you want to come on, bro? Come on too, Zach.
We'll get you on here.
Rich, I will tell Rich to his face too, because I've told him this. The hell form is because of me. The hell form is because of me. Oh, really? Okay, that's Don. That's a name. So yeah, Fauna Classifieds played a large part in my life. Ball Pythons.net, Bob Clark's forum. I was part of that.
Bob Clark's forum was kind of brutal back in the day with some stuff because they got vicious. So. Oh
yeah, and venomous.org.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Carl ran venomous.org. I'm really good friends with Carl. I have more friends in the venomous world back then than I do anything else. Like the leopard gecko world, I'm known because I breed leopard geckos. The venomous world adopted me. I never had a venomous snake in my whole life, and someone sent me 3 mangroves, a Wagler's viper, and pygmy rattlesnakes in a box. That was my first venomous ever. And then the next box had a boom sling in it. And if you guys know what a boom sling is, it should have been my second box of venomous snakes. But they adopted me. They took me in and they said, hey, we're going to train this guy. And I bred pygmies right away. Pygmy rattlesnakes. It's not hard. Man, you are talking about getting some of the big people on here. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to dig deep. Ray Gushaw. If people don't know who Ray Gushaw, he's already said he wants to come on. Ray Gushaw is the one that sent me all this stuff. I didn't know Fauna Classified was still around. Yes, Fauna Classified is still there.
It just doesn't have the BOI on it no more.
The BOI is hidden. Rich is done with it. The BOI. Who knows what the future holds? But yeah, Rich Zukowski, Ray Gushaw's already said he'd come on. Ray Gushaw is a venomous guy and a non-venomous guy. He does a little of everything. But Ray Gushaw was one of the people that proved that venomoids aren't always 100%. He had a venomoid king cobra, and it bit a paper towel roll and it injected it. And then later, Jim Harrison had some monocle cobras that were venomoided, and they produce venom.
He milked them right
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
thing.
And
prove
I
that they
got
still did it.
permission to use that on any. I still have that video. I can use that anywhere. But again, of course, Jim Harrison is a good friend of mine, which I know people might like to have Jim Harrison. Jim Harrison's different. He's very, very set in his ways, but I would love to get him on. He's a friend of mine.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Jim is a person that I can own venomous snakes, and he could own, but he doesn't think everyone should.
He might have a point there, though.
Yeah, like he doesn't think everyone should, and he hates showboating. He hates it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he milks venomous snakes for a living, and he doesn't get rich by it. Like the venom gold. No, it doesn't happen. But Jim Harrison's a good friend of mine. A friend of mine got bit by, what was that? I forget it was some type of viper, and I called Jim in the middle of the night. And all night, ask him what we had to do. I didn't know if I what this. I live out in the desert in Arizona and work irrigation at the night and herping every night. You got. Does Arizona have? No, I mean the Mojave's not that far.
Arizona has more
east
types of rattlesnakes than.
You have westerns though.
Yeah, than any other state. They have like 9 species there alone.
I mean. I don't think the Mojave's in Arizona. Is Mojave's in Arizona?
I don't know. I don't know.
Southern Pacific's maybe Southern Pacific.
I know they got the black-tailed and diamondback, and I think they got the reds, right? Red. Yep, I think so. I don't know, but I know they got 9 different types.
And so I mean, Crotalis is. I'm a croat guy. Well. Where's our croat guy? Where's he at? Oh, I don't see him anymore.
I know we got prairie rattlesnakes here, so
prairies are cool. I used to have prairies. I bred pygmies. Pygmies are real small. We have Massasauga here in Wisconsin.
Yep. Yeah, adders are cool. I could tell you a story, Nikki, about an adder that I read in a newspaper. A lady went out and cut her own Christmas tree down, put it in her house while she was decorating, and she felt something like stickers, so she thought it was like pine needles or something, and she kept putting her hands in decorating the tree, and it happened like 4 or 5 times, and I believe she died, if the story correctly. And when they came out, like the rescue came out, they found adders in the tree.
Telling you, Arboro. So if we talk about non-native, I mean, I've had saw scales, boom slings, all different types of cobras, gaboons, rhinoceros.
Western hognose. I don't know if that counts.
Well, it's still venomous. So it's not the same.
Not the same. I'm only messing.
I want to own timbers, but both states I live in, I probably could have timbers now, but timbers are not in. I couldn't own timbers in Ohio. I like timbers.
Can you own them where you're at? Because they're native there, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think so. If they're not native list, I don't know if timbers are this. They might be in southern Wisconsin. They're not this northern. They're not this north.
Well, they have them in
southern Wisconsin. Maybe
they used to be in Minnesota too, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know there's none around this area. The people I've talked to haven't found it. They might be in southern. They might be out west though, western.
Yeah,
Wisconsin. The Mojave is there. So the story about Mojave. Mojave is my favorite rattlesnake. That's my favorite buzztail, is Mojave, because I love their venom. In Southern Pacifics, people think all rattlesnakes are the same, and Southern Pacific and Mojaves are real different.
No, they got a serious neurotoxin.
I wasn't allowed to
I
catch
could see that. I could see why.
Yeah, just kill you. Saw scales are dangerous.
Nope, didn't mean to do that.
Mamba, I've had green mambas. I've never had blacks. The scariest snakes I've ever owned, venomous wise, is forest cobra. That will hurt you.
Well, and they got an attitude.
They
do
fast. They are fast. They bite. They don't care. They're a noodle that whips. They are very hard. So when I see like Nolan dealing with his forest, when he had that forest cobras are built different. Southwest Wisconsin, driftless region of Wisconsin has timbers. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, I knew they were there somewhere.
So southwest. So it's not as northern as I am. I saw a really nice Mojave this year. The best one I've seen was last year. That's what I'm talking about. So, I mean, that's why I want to move to Utah eventually. That's where I want to be eventually. I mean, it won't be for a while, but I want to be in Utah because then I can go out to all these places, you know, and see these buzztails. Buzztails are out that way.
Yep.
Maybe I could talk Matt into, you know, get me some pygmies. But now he's in Florida. He's not in PA anymore, you know, up there that way. That's why he was wearing that 2010. I was at 2010 in Daytona.
Yeah.
So I thought 2009. So he might have met Brian in 2012. He knows when it was. I should just ask him instead of making up stuff. But 2009, we were doing dunk tanks, I believe. I'll ask Brian if it was 2009. I'll text him tomorrow. I saw a really nice Mojave this year. Yeah. Mojaves are my favorite. I had 40 to 50 Mojaves at any given time. So when I got out of it, a lot of my stuff went to a guy named Sean in Ohio, and I think he was sending stuff to Jim at that time. And because he wanted all the rattlesnake stuff. And then the Gaboon went to a friend that was in Michigan because I had one Gaboon left. And no one would take the boom slings because no one was stupid, and I kept it. And I think it ended up passing away around 20, 21 years old.
Yep.
No one's stupid enough to keep the boom sling.
Yeah, the prairie rattlesnake.
Yeah, prairies. It shouldn't. Don't get bit. A prairie shouldn't kill you.
No, but there was. My uncle owns a big farm down in South Dakota, and his neighbor's kid was bit. Oh, bigger kid. He wasn't like a little kid, and he was in serious trouble there for a while until they figured it out.
Talk about a rare bite. I was watching YouTube yesterday. I have red widows here, and red widows are rare. They're in Florida only, and they were thought to be like a subspecies of the black widow.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're thinking that it's more of a like the redbacks in Australia, but they're not as deadly.
Species, right?
Yeah. So someone got bit and documented. He got bit on accident, but documented it, and he never went to hospital. Nothing, and it wasn't that bad.
Might not have got a full dosage either.
Yeah. So, but I have red widows and I have black widows. And usually widows are not aggressive animals, you know.
No.
But he was playing with it on a stick. It was out in Florida. He's playing with it on a stick, and then it just crawled and went onto his and bit his knuckle. Like went here and bit his knuckle. And I was like, ooh, oh. And then he goes, I'm going to document this. I'm watching this video. I'm not going to get bit by red widows. My red widow's aggressive.
Yeah.
Hopping off. You have a great night.
Peace out.
Joe. Dude, we got to get you on. I'll get in touch with you too. Yeah, we should probably be getting off here, but
yeah.
Because I can probably edit that video or edit the screen and get his stuff. You heard him, guys. I'm stealing his pictures.
He said you could do it. He gives you permission to do
it. Yeah, he wouldn't. If I wouldn't have said nothing anyway, because I'm not gonna make up stuff about his stuff. I'll never do that. And see, he knows the jokey joke stuff and stuff.
Too bad Texas Kid wasn't in here today. He would have been happy.
I know. He knew I was going live. He was excited for it. Oh. Chris is my homie. I love that dude. You got real quick. Texas Kid. Chris is amazing.
He's another one. Got a good vision.
Yeah, I love that kid. He's coming up. I put this out there. 5 years from now, he's going to be a cornerstone of the hobby.
I would say
because he's producing some fire stuff.
Yep.
And he's got a good heart. He's got a really good heart. He's doing it right. I love him. And Joe, I like Joe. I like what Wildcard's doing. I love Wildcard. I love Wildcard's like logo. I just like it. You should check out that Discord. I'll get that Discord link to you. It's actually really cool. Yep. I really like it. Starting to really take off. I think there's only like 120 people, 150 people on it. Matt's on it.
That'll be cool.
Then I'll start picking on Matt's stuff and tell him it's garbage. You should send it to me.
Night, Miles.
So see you later, Miles. I love you, bro. I'll talk to you in the chats. So, all right, guys, we're out. You got anything to add other than this was a bomb ass show?
Oh, this show was great.
So I will have that image change and the title change ASAP though.
All righty.
All right,
peace out, everybody.
See you guys later. And there's that link.